mics.
Right now?
Mics right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just going. Yeah.
That's too funny. What time is it?
It's 8:28.
Oh, okay. Is it up to share?
Yeah.
All right.
Should be. I don't see it just yet, but it should be. But yeah.
What is your name? What is your name though?
Elevator
floors.
floors.
Oh, elevator floors, not elevator doors. That's a play out from out of bounds under the basket.
But what was I gonna say? I always struggle with that a little bit. Like how often to clean up my place.
Really?
Every time somebody comes over.
That's probably the safest way to go about that particular
Done in the
task.
20 minutes, I know somebody's on their way. Than I do for the entire week prior.
Yeah.
I was staying at a hotel in Alabama for a week one time, and on day one I had a little bit of explosive diarrhea. And yeah, there was some feces on the back of the. I know, but still, there was some feces on the back of the bowl, and the maid didn't touch that for the whole week.
That is disgusting.
They weren't paying her enough, I guess.
You said you was at a hotel?
Yeah.
That's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't my best hour.
Man, we should have bought our trash out. We could have added
This still is tall, man. I look like a legit 6 foot.
Yeah.
Hey. Don't tell anyone you
Every time I get one.
They'll kick me out of that 6 and under league down to Kissimmee.
For a phone, right?
Yeah.
Let's see
I need
here.
to get a good one like that for a phone. I don't
I paid a pretty penny for it.
yeah, they ain't cheap.
On the Bench podcast.
Shit, you a big man on campus.
All the babies having their graduations and stuff, right? Not babies, but you know what I mean. I've been seeing a lot of the pictures and stuff.
Oh, is it now? Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of the
Everybody done went to prom already?
5th grade. No, not like grown-ups.
Oh, the little baby?
Yeah, you haven't been seeing it
I
on
thought
Facebook and
school
stuff?
finished like Monday or last week.
Like I'm just saying. over
Friday,
there.
it finished like Friday. Okay, I got you.
You got kids? Are you involved? I see this baby all year. You
Well,
at a
that's like-
preschool graduation?
That's like the move, you know. That's the show.
Really?
Yeah, you know, you share the pictures.
Bubba, should you become a parent, I hope you're better than that.
You got to show folks that you're involved,
Man,
even if you're not involved.
even if you're not involved. That overcompensation involvement.
Yeah.
This one daddies be trying to shine though.
Yeah, that's what Bubba's saying. That's his plan.
Oh, that child.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a daddy to my last kid. I'm the same way. I take all the credit at the end of the year.
Really?
He get all his smarts from me.
Oh, man.
But don't try me. Pussy like the sweetest joy next to getting violent. They say how you hurt in silent and somehow you still be smiling. It's like God to my mama, but he blessed me with Lamage. Bow down, pray to God, hoping that he listens. I know niggas wanna play me bad and knock me out position, but I'm built different. I took my loss and if I broke it, then I fixed it. No, I'm perfect, I'm big chulo and it's a lot of shit I'm missing. Fuck it, put your skates on, slide tonight. No dodging life, you miss them. Double back, you slide them twice. Twin up oxes and exes, he feel like dynamite. In the option up the score, it's like they scared of heights. And one from the corner store, we sellin' red and white. Penitentiary, thuggin' niggas scufflin', waking up in fights. I watch him rushin' with that knife, he wished out for his life. No dodging life, my OG tell me better double twice. You better double twice. I ain't no killer, but don't try me. Pussy like the sweetest joy next to getting violent. They say how you hurt in silent and somehow you still be smiling. It's like God to my mama, but he blessed me with Lamazzi. Bow down, pray to God, hoping that he listens. I know niggas wanna play me bad and knock me out position, but I'm built different. I took my loss and if I broke it, then I fixed it. No, I'm perfect, I'm big chulo and it's a lot of shit I'm missing. Bow down. Tell Lotto what's happening.
My dad, you about to do a video shoot? This is the life of the video shoot, man. Late nights, lights in your face.
He be built for it. He be ready, all for the action. Look.
Look, he all kind. He hype for it. Look, you ready? He's so hype. He can't look. Look at that boy. He gets too energetic, boy.
Oh, for the record, I love that video, man.
Welcome back. You guys are back on the podcast with Bubba and Pink.
Little guy's ready for it. He's coughing.
My sports, music, and mayhem. That was Raw Way Chulo with Hail Mary. He had his newborn baby. Not newborn. What you think? About 1 year old there?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe.
he seems like he's walking around, I would say, 12 to 15 months.
Something like that, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Raw Way Chulo, man, putting his babies in the videos.
I like that, man.
I like that. I like that, too. Hopefully you guys like this show today. Got a pretty good show for you guys today. Once again, On the Bench Podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem.
And if you don't, look in the mirror and you'll find the problem.
We're available on all that I do mean, all podcast streaming platforms, including here on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. As you can see on the screen, we have some guests joining us today. Elevator Floors podcast. Do I have that correct?
You were struggling on that.
Because you want to say doors, you want to say elevated, you want to put an ED on the end. Maybe because I have ED.
I was thinking that was a confession. We're not in church, Bubba.
Shout out to Usher.
We don't need to confess all that.
No. When you're comfortable with yourself, you can make those type of jokes.
Now you want to be a lion. 2 weeks ago, you were a sheep.
I was a sheep. We're going to be talking the new Little Mermaid movie. We're going to be talking NBA Finals, of course. You got DJ Envy versus the whole Rick Ross camp. And we got some crazy stories. We got, a guy finding his daughter with 2 boys in a house. Everybody's worst nightmare. Derrick, Jaxn, and some other dating type things we're going to get to today on the Bench Podcast with Bubba and Pink with Elevator Floors joining us to talk about that, all right? Yeah.
I hope there's a story behind that.
Behind what?
The elevator floors.
Yeah, we're hoping.
We got to make it worth you stumbling around that much. Getting it out.
We're going to get there. Really quick, you know what I was thinking about earlier today?
I do not.
As I cut myself trying to shave, right? And the reason for that is after a while.
What were you shaving with, like a kitchen knife?
So after a while, your clippers, they go out, they go bad. So typically what I do is I buy new ones. But there is a way you can.
Most people would.
There is a way you can fix it, right?
Really?
You can go in. You have to get your screwdriver. You have to go in. You have to make. And so this time I decided to do that. I was like, I'm gonna try to save some money. I'm gonna get.
Wasn't a good month financially.
Bonus didn't come in. I guess supposed to.
Need another 90 days out of these clippers.
And my point to that is, it's like, not every man is a tool man. And you have to be okay with that. And I had an ex who always used to like dig at me because I didn't do a lot of the outside man type stuff.
Yeah.
I pay the outside man. My homeboy Greg, he puts together beds and these toy trucks and all of that. I can't do any of that, man. My sisters call me when it's time for the kids to put the toy trucks together for Christmas. I'm no help at all.
I think you're looking at 2 guys that are no help at all. But for exactly, okay, what you had happen, you cut yourself trying to fix your clippers.
Yes.
That is my nightmare. That's why I don't do any of that stuff.
Right.
Like the last thing in the world that I want to happen is to suffer a serious injury doing something I have no business doing.
In the first place.
Exactly.
That's going to be my last time doing it. And yeah, because you go in and I made it too strong. I just wanted it to come back on and work again. And now it's cutting like a fucking lawnmower. I said, God damn, man. You want to save trips to the barbershop, all of that good stuff, man.
Yeah, I cut my own hair too, but I learned my lesson at my very first house, like damn near 2 decades ago. I was goaded into trying to build like a wooden post railing on the front porch area.
Oh, yikes.
That was just an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
I spent a bunch of money. I literally couldn't do it. I had a great neighbor, and he actually came over and basically took over the task. He could just see my incompetence from across the street, and like, this man needs help. And he had the know-how and the tools and the persistence to do it. And I just became like an encouraging spectator.
No, that's right. And I want people and I want women to understand that we're not any less of men because we don't know how to put stuff together. I can hire to put the stuff together, guys.
Correct.
We don't care. Yeah.
Some women do. Speaking of my ex, all right, one of my exes.
That's okay, because if you don't do it long enough, Jose gonna be at the house when you get
What you trying to say?
If I ask you to.
Oh, I thought you meant that you were going to be doing something with Jose.
No. From Home Depot, and
Okay.
Jose gonna put together the shed.
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
keep asking you day in and day out.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
yeah.
Take initiative. That's that. Yeah, that's
As
right.
long as it get done at the end of the day, we don't care.
All right. I agree with that. There we
I'm
go.
too pretty to be putting stuff together these days.
See what I'm talking about? It's those type of comments. You see what I'm saying? I don't need those type of
the
comments.
little digs.
You're too pretty. You're too
I'm
pretty.
out here getting manicures with me.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm not expecting you to get your hands dirty.
Anyway, somebody who has been getting their hands dirty is Nikola Jokic, man. Denver Nuggets NBA Finals is upon us. It's happening on Thursday, game 1 tomorrow. Okay, they're taking on the Miami Heat, and we're gonna preview the series at the end of the show. But for right now, what I wanted to quickly talk about is the conversation is shifting and changing, as you could kind of know that it's going to happen when you have a player on Jokic's level. And now the talk is he's the best player in the NBA. And that's the new trending thing to say.
Right.
And I don't like it's not about me being an Embiid guy, right? Because Jokic is here. He's in the finals. You know, that's fine. If you believe he's better than Embiid, that's fine. But I don't like how, like, you can't just easily become the best player in the NBA just because you're the new guy in the finals. That never happened before. Like when like LeBron wasn't that may be a bad comparison because he was making the finals a lot. He was making the finals a lot. But even when he was losing the finals, he didn't lose his best player in the world tag. Like when he lost against the Spurs in Miami, you know, he was still the best player in the world. He didn't lose that, you know.
Well, LeBron was different because he definitively held it down for many years.
For many years.
And you are literally, if not the greatest player of all time, top 2, top 3, any way you want to cut it.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
a
not a
special
good
case.
example.
That's not a good example. That's why I didn't use him.
But,
Notice I didn't use him.
Yeah.
Because what happens to Giannis? One off year and Giannis is all he's chopped
you
liver
could
now.
say it's a couple of off years. They went out last year as well. You know, didn't reach the finals. Didn't back-to-back title. Again, look at the Jokic resume. I mean, he was back-to-back MVP. Then this year leads his team damn near wire-to-wire number 1 in the West and is marched to the final. He didn't get the MVP over Embiid, and it was a debate all year that, hey, you know, do we really want to celebrate this guy like he's an all-time great with potentially 3 back-to-back MVP awards?
Yeah, he was there.
Whatever.
Strongly in the mix.
But what he's giving you is the FU. You should have done it. That's what he's giving us right now. He's doing everything you want to do. He enters this finals as a strong favorite to win the final. And then we have a guy who now has back-to-back MVPs, second place MVP, but FU, I just won the title. Like,
but what would that have that Giannis don't? Giannis don't. What the
Giannis had
recency?
back-to-back MVPs and won a
Championship.
title. Yeah.
So, I mean,
No, but at the very least, it literally puts those guys on the same plane.
Yeah, but
And,
yes.
you know, and now you're splitting hairs.
And
Like,
I guess
who do like
I'm
better?
asking what constitutes you stripping it from Giannis and giving it to Jokic, because then what happens? Because I don't know. Are those guys going to feel silly if if next year Denver goes out in the first or second round and Giannis makes it to the finals? I mean, and then what? You give it back to Giannis? Like, I don't know if it's you just going to.
What is the nature of the best player in the world? The title.
Yeah.
The title is won and earned on an annual basis.
Right. I don't think that
not,
constitutes best player.
Why
in the
not
world.
the best player in the world? Why can't that fluctuate?
Because
year
it
to
never
year?
has.
It has, I think.
No.
Well,
people who have been the best player in the world, LeBron, Michael Jordan, or most recently we'll go LeBron. We'll go KD, had it for about 2 years.
Yeah, but okay.
During the Warrior stretch.
Here's the point, and I think this is the thing. We can look at this another way. We can look at this and say that we had Michael Jordan, the best player from the early 90s to 98.
Yeah.
And then there was a void.
There was a void.
And
then I guess you had Kobe, Shaq.
Yeah, you could kind
was
of
a
pick
void.
your guy
You could
there.
kind of
But
pick,
nobody was definitively
Nobody
that.
was definitive.
And then we enter the LeBron era. And it was definitively him.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is that we look at those two eras and those two performers and say this is what the best player is supposed to be. This guy that dominates for a clear stretch of time. And maybe like a KD, maybe we kind of slide it that way or whatever.
Yeah.
But the reality is, you can make a valid argument for Michael Jordan. You can make a valid argument for LeBron that they literally could have won the MVP every year in their prime
during that stretch. Yeah.
We are not in that era anymore. LeBron is a lion in winter.
Yeah.
And now we're in an era that's just more realistic in that this thing shifts around based on your present form and your present accomplishments.
But do you have to win a title to be? I don't like that. To be like, okay, whoever wins the title, the best player on that team is going to be the best player in the world. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
That's okay, but and that's why when I made the comment, I kind of made it broader than that. I didn't make it as simply the best. Like, okay, so fair enough. I would make this point: if the Heat win the title, I'm not declaring Jimmy Butler the best player in the world because that's a little different.
But what if he says it? If he says it, then
he could say it, but it's not. I'm not feeling it. Okay. But what I'm saying with Jokic, with what he's accomplished over this 3-year window of time, and it wasn't like he was garbage before that.
Right.
Like he's literally doing everything you want a guy to do. And we have to stand there and recognize it. Okay, you were on MVP on a team that doesn't go anywhere in the playoffs. Oh, you repeated the MVP, but you still didn't go anywhere in the playoffs. Here's what we need from you, and the dude's delivering it. You cannot take this away.
No, you can't. No, I can't take it away.
And in this moment, if they win this, and even if they don't, like right now, that nobody has a better claim to being the best player on the planet right now.
Not a better claim.
That's my point.
Not a better claim.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if nothing more, that's where we are.
Yeah. Shout out to Ebony. Hello, fellas. What's going on? Chuck says, "What if he wins it all? Will he be the best then?" And I think
I think
nobody has a better.
Yeah,
claim.
Nobody has a better claim. And if he stands on the podium with the championship trophy and says I'm the best player in the world, nobody's got a good argument against it.
And I guess it took Giannis to win it before I okay, yeah, he's the best player in the world. And I guess it is the same. It's just Giannis was transitioning from LeBron to who is going to, and then it just happened to be Giannis.
Yeah.
Right? But it just feels different because it's Jokic taking away from Giannis. It's like, well, what has Giannis really done to lose it? All he had was an unsuccessful season, and if you ask Giannis, it wasn't unsuccessful. You know what I mean? It wasn't a disappointment. It's the exact words.
No, but
so I don't know. It's like, okay, do we wait and see? I think, okay, can you follow this up next year? How do you follow it up next season? I guess is my.
And my thing about it is that the best player in the world can be transitioned smoother than I think you want it to be.
Yeah, and
so here's the deal. Giannis has a redemption campaign where he's 30, 12, and 7, and they're number 1 in the East. And they win through and run a title. I'm not going to have a problem saying this is the best player in the world.
Yeah. We'll revisit.
It is what it is. And again, we can't be prisoners of the past. Like, it is a bit of, what are you doing for me right now?
Yeah.
You know, and Giannis again, you know, in this particular playoffs,
He didn't look great.
he got injured, which okay. He didn't come back super quick. He missed a bunch of free throws. I mean, again, I will not question the heart of that guy, but you know, there was some things he didn't look comfortable shooting any jump shots in the series, and he refused to disobey coach's orders and guard Jimmy Butler. So these are all, you know, hits on your resume.
Shout out to Kobe saying, pray for Bam. Jokic is about to send us back to pre-civil rights.
Ooh, I wasn't gonna go there.
What he's about to do to Bam.
Yeah.
And shout out to Coach saying, what's up, family? What's going on, Coach?
Bam's a tough watch when you need a basket.
Oh, man.
It's just tough. He's just got no
it's so
comfortable
mechanical,
moves. Yeah.
but it's like, it's yeah, I don't know.
He has no comfortable moves in the post to go to,
Yeah.
even against a smaller man. And it's just super uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah. And he's not a large man himself. Like, he's going to be outsized, outskilled.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know
what. But even like a couple times in the Celtics
Spo
with
is really
some
gonna have to help
switches
him
and
out.
stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Like
he
Marcus
ended up
Smart
on
to get
smaller
on
guys,
him.
and he didn't look like he had a plan at all.
No.
You know.
Not a plan. No plan. Once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports music and mayhem. You guys can come up whenever you're ready here. It's a free-flowing podcast.
We kind of hope you're ready now, though.
Don't worry about it. While you guys are making that transition, I'll tell you what, give a quick shout-out to our very first sponsor here, Overkink.com. Overkink.com has all, and I do mean all, of your bedroom needs. All right, use promo code BubbaPink. And you can get those needs filled at a discount. All right?
It's very important.
Do you guys have any needs to be filled?
Plenty. Where do I start? Are you kidding me? Do you have needs?
Use promo code BubbaPink.
And you guys will get those needs satisfied.
That's right.
That part.
All right.
Bubba Pink?
Bubba Pink.
What are y'all selling?
Well, it's what Overkink is selling.
It's what Overkink's selling. Anything that you need in the lane of kinkiness and sexual.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a legitimate website. I mean, please
Wonderful.
go
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It's not just for show.
there.
Not just for show?
No.
Yeah.
They mean real business.
I mean,
So, yes, we have the two hosts of Elevator Floors podcast.
Hey.
Bubba struggled mightily.
I
with
struggle,
this.
but I say it right every time.
Yes, you do. Good job, Bubba.
But
You
you're
can
lacking
read.
that confidence.
It's only 2 words.
Yeah.
I am
See how
lacking
God
that
blessed you?
confidence.
Hold on, wait. We don't even got our stuff
Put your
together.
headphones
Do we
on,
need
baby.
these? Okay.
Yes, you need
Yeah,
these.
not right now, but there are a few videos we're going to play later where you might want to know
Yeah,
what's
but
going
those,
on.
And you want to hear how you sound, you know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't want to freak yourself out.
and your proprioception and all.
no. Might want to use your inside man voice.
Side man.
Man
voice.
voice.
Every woman has that deep voice they can go to.
Really?
Is that part of
Yeah.
that kinky stuff you
So
were
does
just
that
talking
Right.
about?
Do they sell that on the
Not
website?
kinky for me.
Say that on the
That's not something I'm into. But some guys, may be into that.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, all those different pictures. All right, so you asked us to ask, but I really want to know as well. Like, so how did y'all guys come up with the name, and what kind of stuff do you guys talk about on the podcast?
Focus on the name first, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So to give you guys just insight in terms of the name Elevator Floors, right? Have you ever, I guess I'll start with a question. Have you ever noticed that you're dealing with like a certain type of person, and that person may or may not be meeting your expectations, whatever those expectations might be, right?
Yeah.
This is somebody that, they're human, just like we are, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they are not necessarily up to your expectations, right? So that's where the name
where you
Elevator
are.
Floor came from, right? That's where it started from.
Well, wait. Come to the connection here.
Meeting people where they are.
Meeting people where that. You could have led with that. It would have made more sense.
Meeting
people where they are.
So if you're on the first floor, Bubba,
You might
the
be in the
elevator's
gutter.
going to come down there and meet you.
It's okay, and it's okay to come down to the first floor when you need to.
And you're
Right,
talking about
absolutely.
on an intellectual level?
Sometimes.
Sometimes intellectual,
Sometimes sexually?
Yes.
Sometimes
So if I'm on level 1
financially.
sexually, you're going to come and meet me there and
No.
grow
Not
with me.
necessarily, because I might be on 7.
Right.
You just said.
But that kind of denies the premise of your program.
It doesn't.
But,
Yeah.
it's
It's having that
understanding.
understanding
Yes.
of it, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to bring that person to your floor or that you're going to go to their floor. You know,
Well, then we don't need an elevator then.
You do.
you do
Just
need
say
an
you're a
elevator.
scrub and we're not going to
You
deal
do
with
need
you.
an elevator, and so it's not necessarily. I mean, we don't want to remove the human aspect of it too, because we're all in the same building, right? We're all in the same building, but we get off on different floors,
Okay.
right?
So understanding where people are, where you are, and where your scope of, where you're able to go these days. If you go to a hotel, your key only works for your floor.
Yeah, I never liked that.
I do.
Yeah.
It's a safety precaution.
Right. For various reasons.
I wish
right?
the
I'm not
dating
here
pool.
for safety. I mean,
I wish the dating pool had a key entry. Like, if you are married and looking, you should not be in the single and looking pool.
Fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yes.
But I don't know. But I mean, you hold your own key in the dating pool.
Do you?
Well, you don't have to date people you don't want to.
Agreed, but you can't.
You don't have to go pick up Bubba on the first floor.
You can't control who's attracted to you
What was
either,
on the
though.
first floor?
Well, you may not be able to control that, but you control your response to it.
Agreed.
You know.
So if I'm on the 7th floor or the 8th floor or the penthouse, I don't want to necessarily come down to the garage to meet you.
Fair
But
enough.
the problem is that us guys that are on the 7th, 8th, and 9th floor.
Us guys. Because you automatically placed
I'm
yourself.
happy you guys didn't miss that.
These guys, they come, they want and need different things. Okay, some of these guys, maybe they want 2 to 3 individuals.
Yeah.
Maybe they, standards. It's different things that guys want that are a part of these floors. So maybe you may need to go down to the 2nd or 3rd floor if you're looking for love and marriage in the 2nd week and all this stuff that single women look for.
It could be
Right.
it could be extremely complicated. All of this.
But don't expect somebody to meet you where you're at, and don't expect somebody to come down to where you're at. Like, you have to really
You have
be.
to understand which floor they're on,
Mm-hmm.
and especially from a lady's perspective, a lot of times we want to look at men as the leaders, right? But certain men, they're on 2nd floors, so they can only lead individuals who are on 1 or 2,
The garage,
right? Or in the basement,
Yeah.
right? So if you're on anywhere above that, then that
You're gonna
person is
outgrow them.
definitely not, somebody whose lead you can follow.
But I guess
Absolutely.
what I find most fascinating is somebody who occupies multiple floors in different realms.
That's what you would
Like
hope.
you could be like the 7th floor sexually, like Bubba says, or you could be on the 3rd floor intellectually. You could be on the 5th floor financially. Like I
That's
mean,
true.
it's all very confusing here.
It's not
Is it
necessarily
confusing?
confusing.
I just hope nobody farts in the elevator.
As long as you don't the one who supplied it applied it. The one who smelt it dealt it.
Who smelt it, dealt it, denied it, supplied it.
Yeah. Denied it. Exactly.
Whoever's quietly snickering when everyone
Yeah,
else is
exactly.
suffering.
I mean, as long as you aren't the one complaining.
Now, a lot of your topics, does it derive from your Facebook posts?
So yeah, we try to take. I mean, you obviously watch probably some of my Facebook posts. We take topics that seem to interest people, and we use those as kind of some conversation as far as our live posts.
Yes.
What's a recent post that you found some real traction with?
So our last one that we talked about was what is a simp?
Yeah, what
The
is
money,
a simp?
and that's
What is a
that's
simp?
what stood out to
simp.
me.
The simp.
Financial sim.
Well,
No,
yeah, because
just
the
a simp,
post
period.
it has something to do with finances. Because
All
the post said something about real men.
Well, do y'all remember the post?
Yes.
Real men.
So
What was
men
the
who
post?
who pay other people, who pay women's bills,
Men
or something
who
like
men
that.
who men say other men are simps because they can pay a woman bills, and the one who say they're simps can't.
That's
so
what the post
what's
said.
a simp?
And I had an issue
Well,
with the
that's
post.
heavily in the financial lane, no?
It is. That's why I said it is financially.
yeah.
It's financial.
Yeah.
But I had a problem. First of all, I have a problem with a lot of your posts, right? So the thing is,
Let's get it out.
Well, that's how you feel.
because on
Get it
Facebook,
off your chest.
on Facebook, you kind of like, if it doesn't apply, you let it fly, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I rarely comment on her post because it's always something crazy.
But internally, it's eating you up.
It is. You'll see it. You're like, what is she talking about now?
Today, Johnny.
I clearly got what that one was about.
But you have to also understand, like, I know sometimes she's just doing it to see, okay, where's the conversation at today? Who's
Exactly.
So I understand that part.
Right.
But so this one in particular, is too many variables. Like, for number one, is it okay? Yes, that guy's a simp only if that guy. Okay.
A simp is
someone
who's not going to get the attention from the woman any other way than to pay for her.
Basically.
And the only way he can get her attention is to lavish her with gifts and presents.
Yes,
and
but
money.
if that's your girlfriend,
I call that a gentleman.
No, that's if she's not going to get the he's not going to get the attention from her any other way.
Okay.
You're being
If
used,
she's genuinely interested in him
Yeah.
and she's genuinely trying to build with him, you could not be called a simp for what you do for her.
if that's your girlfriend or wife.
Not necessarily, because you might have to be
Okay.
that knight in shining armor
Well,
to
then
get her.
yes, that's simp
No,
behavior.
that's
If that's
not.
not your girlfriend or wife.
No.
And what you're doing is essentially, I'm finna break this down. What we call that in the higher circles, the 7th, 8th elevator floor we're at.
Yeah.
What we call
Okay.
that
We like that.
I love
is
it.
is that guy is driving the price of the coochie up.
No.
All right. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
And
He's telling you how invested he is.
No, it's not. No, it's not
A
what he's
man,
doing.
what man is going to try to build a field and not going to count the cost? If he likes the woman, he's going to
Yep.
invest
No, but
where he likes
time
her.
out. I gotta say this.
Okay, go ahead.
You have to consider this though. So, it's relative to how much the guy has.
That's true too. But
Like
well-
certain people are at a level where they could just spend the money and it doesn't mean a damn thing to them.
But hold on.
That's true.
And there's another person who is literally maybe going into debt to
Just trying
to provide that
please
level
you.
of
Right,
support.
very different.
And
That's
that's a
true.
very different situation.
But even the guys that have a lot, they
both get the
know
girl.
what drive. They don't want to drive. Drake had a lyric where he said she really used to soda and nuggets. She really is out here thinking this is a billionaire. Like he'll take a girl out for soda and nuggets if that's what he don't want to take this girl and go to Belize and all of that. If she's good at Chick-fil-A right here at Northwest Center and Pine Hills Road.
But why would you want to only offer her Chick-fil-A if you can fly her out?
Yes,
there is a.
you don't
That's
want
her-
to
that's her
drive the
floor.
price of the
That's
Yeah,
the
coochie
floor
up.
exactly.
she's on.
No.
It's
Okay.
not about
She's
driving
okay
the
with
price
that.
of
She's perfectly
Okay,
fine with
I'm
that.
okay with Waffle House, but I like Ruth Chris.
Well, we going to Waffle House.
but
No,
but see-
I'm
going to
okay
Waffle
with Waffle House.
But what he's saying, I think part of the issue becomes is that you set a standard if you do that. That
all the time.
that again. What is the standard? If you start to do that super consistently,
That's true.
Then you at some point you go back and you're like, is this woman really interested in me,
Or
is
what
it?
I'm doing
It's
for
really
her.
cool.
So
you know,
that's
that I
the
get to go to
difference.
these
If
places.
she's true,
Right.
if she's also invested in you and she's feeling you just as much as you're feeling her, nothing that you will do for her is considered simping because y'all both mutually invested.
Right, but along with that, though, if you're both invested with each other, it shouldn't matter if you're at Chick-fil-A or you're at Ruth Chris.
That's true.
All the time. That's
You
true.
know,
But you're not gonna just keep taking me to Chick-fil-A.
Right.
All right, man. They got the best chicken in the world.
No, they don't.
What
They got
chicken's
the
better
best
than
fast food chicken.
that? That's the best
The
piece of
best
chicken on the
customer
planet.
I don't know.
Probably. But
Some
that's
say
about it. It's the
Popeyes
difference
might beat
between
them in a
Walmart and
sandwich.
Publix,
Nah,
right?
I'm standing on Chick-fil-A's best
No,
piece
I
of
don't
chicken on the
know.
planet.
Popeyes. Customer service. I'm gonna give you that one. If we judging customer service, okay.
So,
I've not-
have you
I've not-
guys had that experience? Have you had that experience, Bubba?
Which one?
Of being, I guess what we would, the new term is the simp. Did you have a simp phase?
No. But
Bubba is a
you got
diehard
Toby-
non-simper.
You got Kobe says, we love the simp combo. Number one, acknowledge paying for coochie. that the others don't.
It's not paying for coochie.
Because those are two different things.
You can get free coochie and not spend no
I've had the
money.
pay for coochie phase, but being a simp is something
It's
different.
just a phase.
It's a lifelong condition that you go on.
I do feel that there's a level when a woman engages with a man primarily on like this financial terms that you're just naming your price as a prostitute.
Not
That's
necessarily.
literally- there's a level where that's what that is.
No.
If you're making like sort of like soft requirements that this is what I need lifestyle wise from a person, you're just monetizing your coochie.
Yes, but most women, listen, when you get a man who about their business, you don't even have to ask for nothing. You don't have to ask him to give you money or do stuff for you or pay for this or pay for that. They do it naturally. It's like a...
Well, let that roll then.
It becomes a part.
You don't have to ask them. It's
All
not
right, well,
paying
let
for
it-
coochie.
Well, let it roll.
Well, let us know when you find that guy.
I found them multiple times.
That didn't last though.
keeping them is the problem. Finding them is easy.
I could probably identify a couple of them on the roster right now. I mean, it's not. When you don't have. I've never asked a man for money or to take me out. You don't have to ask that.
But that's not simp stuff.
Agreed.
Right. That's not simp stuff. I think
Simping is if she's not interested and you have to pay for her time and energy.
but yeah.
I think in reality, you guys are always paying for it in some
Yeah,
way.
in some
That's
way.
I'm a big believer in that.
Right.
Yeah.
But okay, so
Agreed.
if a woman's not truly interested in a guy, why does she indulge the simp behavior? I'm asking.
She allows him to court her.
Why? If you're
Because-
not interested.
No, not interested.
but
I don't
you-
know.
but it
Yeah,
only-
I would definitely say
I
that's
can't help with that
it
one.
only
I do
bec-
not deal with men I'm not interested in. I can't do it.
Well, I mean, from this discussion, it only becomes the simp behavior when the woman's not really
Right.
interested.
She's
If
taking
she's
you're
not
still-
answering you or calling you or if she's not like offering to pay for the valet or the parking at your date or she don't want to leave the tip or she's not like if you haven't read the room and figured out she's not invested in you in some sort of way too, then I don't know how to help you. Keep
But it
simping.
depends. Is she giving the coochie up? Does she have?
That is not how we
I'm
equate
saying, but
this.
that's. I mean,
Vagina
but that's,
is how you equate this.
Yeah, because if you're not even getting that, then
Well, yeah, but that
we talking. It's
you
a
sound-
real
you
So if
problem.
you are getting a vagina, then it's not simping. Is that what you're saying?
No.
It's at least getting
It could
something
still,
like
no.
this, getting a
It could
return on
still
your
be.
investment.
It could still be, but you would regard it as some level of return on your investment.
Yeah.
And you could get
Return on
the C minus coochie versus the A coochie.
Okay.
Why would you want this here man coochie?
I'm not saying I do. I'm saying this exists.
Fine, you pay for a $200 dinner. Let me give you.
And if it's from a woman that you
sympathy.
classify as a level above you, like if she is on the 7th,
Something
8th
attainable.
elevator floor and you're on the 2nd or 3rd, yeah, well, I'll do whatever I can to get that cooch. I'm talking about from that guy, not Bubba. I'm talking about from that guy.
So she has to be somebody who doesn't feel attainable to you, that you feel like you have to try to attain in a monetary way. And if you do happen to attain that vagina, then you're happy to spend that money. Go hire a fucking sex worker.
I'm sure
probably
he
should.
might be
You'll
doing.
get
he
off
might have done
cheaper.
that before.
They probably should, but the
Yeah.
reality of what we're discussing right now is that
Right.
there is a ton of these relationships in existence on
does.
both
I don't
sides.
think so.
There are a lot of women happy
think
to
so.
accept
You do?
the nice dinner, accept the trip, accept whatever for a guy that they're not truly interested in.
Especially
and
the
older,
there's-
younger
there's a
dynamic.
there's a lot of guys that they have. I don't know. I mean, they have big
I'm
dreams
not
in their
gonna
head.
lie. At the first of every month, I'd be like, okay, I should just take a sugar daddy.
See?
Yeah, the
And
older
I-
younger
and I- and-
dynamic.
and-
Paying bills
and
alone.
honestly, like,
I like peace.
I have
like peace.
Me too. But at the end of the day, I'd be like, because as soon as you get on my nerves, the first time you gotta go.
You gotta go.
Like I cannot
But
have you in
I
my
met a-
presence.
But
I met
I've heard that a lot of time. A lot
What?
of women will say they'll consider the sugar daddy thing or they'll think about it. They
Yeah.
may not act on it, but it's a conscious thought that a lot of women have.
I met a
It's
really
only
fine
because-
21-year-old.
You literally
21.
brought it up on
You
your
think
own.
about it.
I know.
Think about it.
I don't agree with
I
that.
can't. But I
Because there is a such thing as women bosses now.
that's
So-
part.
Is
That
there?
part.
Yes,
It's always
there is.
been.
We not broke.
It's always been.
Women not broke no more.
I'm not
Women
saying-
not.
But you
women
always
are-
want more.
I don't want to pay bills alone. I agree with that.
that is
I would rather pay bills alone than to deal with craziness.
So I would
like,
rather pay bills
What's
alone than to
craziness?
deal with somebody I don't like. I don't know how to stomach somebody I don't like. Like I don't know.
fine.
I don't know how to
Like
entertain
games. That's what I mean
somebody.
by crazy.
I don't want to get
games.
dressed
The
for
games.
you.
Yeah.
Don't even think about kissing me or touching me.
my thing,
Can I-
for the benefit of society, and you've kind of gone in this for like, we need to just have way more clarity on this. Like, I'm not interested. No, thank you.
Yeah.
And dude,
Pay for
wake
me
up.
if you want me.
If you're not getting this level of response, you're not in the game now.
If
I
y'all
wish
not
we
reading
could
the
do that,
room,
but
I
we
don't know
just
how to
can't.
help y'all.
We
But
can't
someone
do that.
says that's isn't that the greatest mystery, right? Women to men.
No.
We
I don't
are
know
the
if it's
greatest
great or
mystery.
not. There's other things
You
that
don't
are
think
more.
so?
more
Yeah, really?
What happens to
can you
us
say you
when
can
we
live
die?
your life without a woman?
I mean,
But
that doesn't
you-
mean
you
you're
asked
the
me
greatest
a greatest
mystery.
mystery. That's two different
that's
things.
two
So,
different
with
things.
understanding a woman.
I don't
you
need to
say?
understand them.
Can you say? You don't need to understand a
Look
woman.
at his
No.
face.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's serious
All
too.
right. He's very serious.
I don't need to understand
He
that.
doesn't need to understand a woman.
But a lot of men don't though. They don't need to understand a woman. They just want a woman to appease their life. Like they just want a woman
You
to
just
fit,
want a woman to fit in.
into their life, do what they need done
Probably
in their
better
life.
wrong with that?
understanding.
Are you guys married?
No.
Listen,
No,
is the
right?
He's kind of. Aren't
listen,
you kind of
we-
attached?
But it's just not.
Bubba
something
might
I
be
want.
attached this
Really?
week.
attached to what? Listen, no.
Ma'am, whoever you are, we're sorry that he had to break it to you on his live podcast.
No, I'm not
We're here for you, baby.
No.
We're a
Listen.
support system for you,
Did I
ma'am.
mention I'm a therapist?
Yeah. We'll try to get down to the bottom of y'all relationship problems. We love you, sis. You probably black. I don't know. Do you date black women?
I love Haitian women. Okay.
You do,
But
are, you,
you're
Ha- are you Haitian too?
No, I'm not.
He's not.
I like Haitian men. They fall in love after 36
Oh, look, somebody
minutes.
just dropped the Haitian
36
flag on here.
minutes.
I don't
They
know who
do.
did that.
36 minutes.
I've been proposed to by a Haitian at a gas station.
Really?
I have. He followed me from the second lane. You know how when I first moved to Florida, you know how 2 lanes turn left?
Right.
On certain,
At a light?
certain intersections, yeah.
So we're both at the light turning left, right? And I don't know how he made it into the same gas station that I was turning into, but he did. I swear to God, he took 4 strides to the door of the gas station to open the door for me. And by the time we left that gas station, I had lied to him and told him I had 6 kids.
Really?
He did not care. He was like, I don't care. Let's marry.
Was he like Haitian Giannis with big long strides?
He
to
was
the door?
definitely Haitian. Just got here because he had a thick accent. And I always
Really?
say that the thicker the accent, the faster they fall in love.
Really?
Yes.
You found that to be true.
Absolutely.
What do you think's behind that? That's interesting.
I don't think they have an expression for like. I like
It just
you.
goes straight to love.
Absolutely.
But they're very
The lack
romantic
of
too, though.
nuance of the
I think
language.
they're
I
very
like that.
romantic.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Haitian men tend to be very. That's the only time a woman has ever called me about her husband.
Okay.
A Haitian.
It was a
man.
Haitian guy.
Yes,
Okay.
and she was Haitian too.
That's fascinating.
I don't blame her. I called too. I probably stopped by.
She was like, "What is wrong with you? You don't have your own man? You need my man. You want to take my man?" I'm like, "What? What's your name?"
What?
Bubba's like, "Where are we?"
No. It's cool. What are the games that you speak of that you just mentioned earlier?
What game?
Well, I
That
missed
she
that.
mentioned that. Yeah.
Okay.
What, did
where
you
are
mention
It was a
games?
side
Games.
conversation we was having.
Oh, okay.
Right.
We're iced out of that.
Oh,
I
is
would
that
say
the
I would
game?
Please
rather
keep
be-
us
I would
in the
rather
loop.
be to pay my own bills and to afford my own lifestyle than to play the games that come with some interactions with
Agreed.
So explain.
So I mean, it's so many, especially
Are
now, you got social media, YouTube. I mean, everybody goes to YouTube University to learn all the new things. So games
we
like
go to YouTube to learn game.
yeah, YouTube University, right?
That's news to
Time
me.
out.
That's news to me.
I've never heard this.
And to me,
Like,
either.
they're like,
So you don't go to YouTube?
they're
Come
YouTube
on,
You don't go to
let's
YouTube
go,
University
Pinky.
to learn stuff?
no, never.
Not how to play games with women. I don't
Well,
know
nah.
what you're talking
How do
about.
y'all learn on the baseball field?
What are the games that y'all
Right.
talking about? Can we get
So what games
specific?
have you played?
I don't
You
play
never
any
played.
games.
You
I
never
don't
played
play
any
games.
games, Bubba?
No, I don't play
Bubba. we know each other. How long have we known
I don't
each
even know
other?
how to play Twister.
Just the lack
I don't
of
know.
transparency. I would say.
Man, I'm gonna just say it like this.
I'm a very transparent person. I'm open and honest.
What's the difference between honesty and transparency?
I said open and honest. So transparency is being open. It's like, yeah, you didn't ask me if I had a baby mama or kids, but I'm going to tell you.
Right.
Okay.
He's been careful.
I got 2 kids that I never see.
Are you
I'm
serious?
saying if that's the case.
Wait, are you serious?
No, I'm not serious.
I was gonna say, Bubba,
That's an example.
Is this a revelation? Tell us the truth.
No revelation for
That is an example. But so that's one of them. You're saying guys are not being transparent or
No,
that's a game to
definitely
you.
not.
Transparent. I would prefer transparency over honesty.
I would prefer both.
Hold on. How
Aren't
do
they
you,
both the same?
No, I wanted to ask you, how do you distinguish the two? What is the difference for you?
Because honesty to me is based on your perspective, right? So your perspective, when we go outside and I say, what does it feel like? You say, oh, it feels nice and warm or windy, right? But that's your truth. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to see the same way when I go outside, right?
It's not going to.
So it's relative to your experience.
What's the transparency part then?
Transparency is just being open and telling things about yourself or your experience, not from a where you're trying to come from an angle or anything like that. It's just telling it exactly how it is.
I guess I would say, can you be transparent without being honest?
Can you be transparent without being honest?
Transparency comes with honesty because
transparency is a part of honesty.
Yeah, but you could be honest without being transparent. So I understand what she's saying.
Okay.
That's what she's saying.
So that's the difference.
She wants the transparency. She wants you to go outside and say, well, it feels good to me, but you might need a jacket.
Exactly.
But it looked like it's going to rain tonight, so take your umbrella with you.
Take your umbrella with you.
She wants all of that.
Yeah.
No, I would just say, as you were defining it just struck me. I feel like
But when you
transparency
talk about
requires honesty, or it's not transparent.
But when you talk about what are the games that men play, I'll give you a great example.
Mm-hmm.
You can be talking to a man, right? And you can be having these great conversations.
Bubba's talking to a man?
You really gotta be that.
Come on, carry on.
Bubba can talk to a man if he
wants to.
I mean, it's 2023, Bubba.
Yeah,
you feel
I'm
free.
all for
If it was 2014, no way.
but as a woman, you can be talking to a man, and you can be thinking that you guys are on the same page, and then you can say, hey, what happens to me, and I'll just be honest, is what a lot of times happens is I'll have a conversation with a man, and I'm being pretty transparent, and I'm telling them exactly what I want, and then usually they tend to hit me with something sexually related as far as conversation wise, or they'll send an unsolicited dick pic. Don't do that, because I'll send it to the next guy who sends me an unsolicited dick pic. But they'll do something like that.
Circle of dick pics.
I do. I circulate them. I just did that today. And
has it ever gotten so bad that a guy got his own dick pic back?
No, I always send it to another guy. Okay. And if he sends me one, I send the last guys to him. I don't care what the sizes are or anything like that.
Wait a minute, I was the last guy.
Oh, shit. No, he was not. We would not be on this podcast. But anyway, my point is, I'll have some guy who's literally talking to me very sexually related, and I'll be like, yeah, that's not what I'm interested in. I'm not I don't care about.
Why are you not interested in that?
I'm 40. Who gets excited over dick pics?
40-year-olds don't have sex? No, you said sexually related.
I am not at all interested in casual sex. Period.
Did he mention casual sex?
Absolutely.
Casual.
So I was getting
the word
to that.
Casual,
but you got to be
the word casual
that
was
has to come up earlier.
I was getting to
that's
that.
What you said. It was really early on in the interaction.
Yeah. So
with
if it's early on in the interaction, we haven't met publicly. You haven't made any urges or moves to take me on a date or get to know me on a personal level, and you're just starting to talk to me sexually, then. For me, it's just it's a extra easy early turnoff, and at that point, you've lost me.
Here goes the thing about that. I consciously don't do it because I know women majority of women don't like it. But if it was a perfect world, I would. If I just can talk freely and talk the way I want to talk.
We know.
So
I automatically assume.
That's the point of Pink's point. I always say I just wish two people can sit down and say what's on their minds.
Why can't two
and talk.
people say what's on their mind?
She just
But
told you. Why.
no, listen, you don't have
No, I
to
mean,
tell
like,
me
for
what's on
you,
your mind.
That's for her experience. I'm talking about for you, Bubba.
Yeah,
Quit
for
acting
me.
like you want a wife if you just want to fuck me. Tell me you want to fuck. I want to know what's on your mind so I can determine for myself if I like you or don't.
But I don't know that a guy is going to consider somebody as a wife if they don't feel sexually attracted.
Because
I automatically assume
it's in the man's nature to try it.
Yeah.
Wait, run that back. I didn't catch it all.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely we should expect it because it's in a man's nature to try it.
Yeah, Pam been
Right.
teaching me this part because
So
I be
they're
like,
gonna
why?
go for it, right? And so you can expect that, but I think we definitely as women set the standards for what happens in any interaction, whether it's a relationship or friendship.
I definitely agree. I mean, like at the end of the day, whether a guy becomes with the sexually aggressive talk or pictures or whatever, you guys are the gatekeepers of your own coochie, and like that's like a real thing.
But
and
I
so
automatically-
if somebody disqualifies themselves with something that they say or do early, then
Move
it is
to
what
the
it
next
is.
one.
But I automatically assume that if you like jump in my inbox or you show interest in me, that at some point you've thought about or you think that you could or want to have sex with me.
I think they
Like-
all
But
want to have sex
there's
with us.
another
Yeah.
there's another level.
Exactly.
Something wrong with that?
Does it?
No,
No,
there's
it's
nothing
nothing
wrong
wrong
with
with
that.
that. We know.
He can.
Enjoy a manly man.
We
Have
know.
sex
being
with me,
childish.
cuz.
No, we're not. we understand. Listen, I promise you, women understand that y'all want to have sex with us. It does not. It's not lost on us. You don't even have men who lead with sex. Like I was talking about, unsolicited pics. You don't have to lead with that. I promise you, if you lead with something that really excites me, dick pics do not excite me.
Let me give you an example because it don't have to be exactly dick and coochie, but like, okay, so I don't want to have sex with Shawnee, but the first thing you come here, I say, damn,
don't.
does she have a push-up bra on today? Like it didn't look like
It's
that
the
last time
double
you was on.
push-up bra
Like,
from
why I
Victoria's
can't just
Secret.
sit and have
You
a
noticed the
conversation like
difference.
that?
That's good, though.
That
That's
knows.
good. See?
Yeah,
The double
good
push-up.
job. Good job, Bubba.
That part. Hold on. Let me make sure the girls
Are girling.
are girling tonight. You know?
You just want to feel safe to ask that question.
But we
Yeah,
already
So did you
know.
ask the question, Bubba?
I did. She said, yeah.
Okay.
But we already know. If you inbox me at all, like, hey,
That
love,
makes sense. I guess that makes sense. That you
you
assume,
don't
you assume.
no. If any men are listening right now, you never ever have to lead with sex with a woman, unless that's all she wants to. She'll steer that conversation to where you want it to go. Let the woman tell you where to go. You never have to take it to sex because we already know that if you jumped into whatever circle we're in, we know you're attracted to us. We know you want to fuck us.
Yeah.
Period.
We got Steven saying men think the same thing. I wonder
We
if she's
know.
talking about
Steven
the
too.
reverse.
You was worried about the girls too, Steven? That's okay. Inbox me. Don't send me a dick pic though, 'cause I'm sending yours. I'm sending one to you too.
That's funny.
I also send dick pics to, the last dick pic I sent it to the next guy.
Wait, run that back. I lost it. What?
If a guy sends me a dick pic, I send him the last one I got too, and I always say something like, "Mine is bigger."
I thought you kind of made that clear already.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Don't send me dick pics unless I ask you. I'll ask you if I want to know.
Once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. We have Elevator Floors podcast sitting in with us today. You guys can actually catch them on Instagram
Yes.
under that same name, under the same title. Go ahead and find them
We're on TikTok.
on
We
TikTok.
also have a YouTube. We'll post those in the comments of this chat.
Oh man, sounds
good.
good.
Sounds good.
Let's go to this here. I don't know if I saw this or you sent it to me about the single man thing.
Can we read that? My eyes aren't that good.
I'm going to read it out to you.
Can't
'cause
read it right there.
Mine isn't that good either.
I don't know
he's
why we
saying,
want to call you red and you're pink.
You wanted to call me red?
I do. I don't know
That's
why.
reserved only for people with red hair.
You
To be called red?
So where does pink come from? Pinky.
It's my last name.
Pinky?
Is it really?
But no, pink. No
Pinkman?
Y on the end.
No, just pink.
Pink.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was pink
does that
because that's like what
originate
color
from?
you are.
What?
Where did they originate from?
I'm not really sure. I'm not big on Ancestry.com.
Okay. I thought there was a story behind it. I'm sorry, Pete.
I'm sure there is. I just don't know.
I was intrigued for a minute.
I was like, is it pink because that's what color you are?
So you got Northern Mans here saying that I'm not even single right now. I just don't see myself spending the rest of my life with Shorty. So if something better comes around, I'm out.
Go the hell away.
Well, I mean, he's honest. I hope she's
There you
reading.
go.
I hope she's reading it and can appreciate that
She's
level
probably
of honesty
blocked.
and transparency.
I've been there before.
She's
Don't
probably
you-
blocked.
I would think so.
Probably.
Oh.
Yes, I would agree.
If that guy's posting
If he
that, I'm
said
thinking
that,
she's blocked.
She's blocked.
But
Yeah,
don't
I'd
you,
be
do you, okay,
surprised.
so let me ask y'all, do y'all feel like y'all owe some sort of something to a person who you are in a relationship with that you don't see any future with? Don't you owe her or him like the truth or, you know, understanding that you may be seeing this relationship going somewhere, but I don't? Like, where does your accountability come in that person's feelings and how they're moving as far as believing this relationship is viable?
That's a deep question.
That is.
I try to do this like if I'm dating or in a relationship because I've definitely been in that situation quite a few times, probably a lot of times.
I'd be cutting them off. Bye.
It's hard for a guy to cut women off for several reasons. Number one, I hate to hurt feelings. Number two, sometimes, like if you get to a certain age, you don't want to cut off the one with the best head because you can't find that everywhere. And then you got-
Transparency and truth.
and
Right,
then you have-
exactly.
And so you kind of want to keep her
That's
around
exactly what that is.
for a while. And then you have the other one that may like they all serve like not all, but I'm saying the particular
Serve
woman.
different. They're on
may
different
serve-
floors.
They may serve not different floors. They
Yes,
may
they are.
It may serve a particular thing
Need.
that I may like or need or want at that time.
So Bubba's a natural born roster guy.
no, I'm not a roster guy.
So I
I'm
guess
saying
the
that one at
takeaway
that
is give
particular
good
time.
It's hard to have a roster though.
It's that's why it's impossible. I don't have one.
It's
really-
tiring.
it's impossible to have one.
It's exhausting.
Trust
Never
me.
been
Exactly.
I've never been a rosters type of girl.
No,
No,
I don't want
I've
a
never
roster.
been a roster type.
But
of
if
person.
I'm saying though, if you know, like the post just said, I know I don't want to see no future with her. I don't want to be with her for real, for real. If something better comes along, I'm out.
But they're having a good time right now.
Are they?
Yes.
He's
But
faking
that's
it.
not clear though from that.
Huh? I know it.
We cannot conclude
But
that.
I know this guy. I've been this guy before.
But he's faking
I've
it.
been this guy before. No, you're not faking it.
Yes, he is.
He's saying if a better woman comes around, if a woman
So
would,
basically, he's saying he's settling.
No, he's not settling.
That's
He said,
what he
I
said.
don't like her. I want
not-
somebody
he didn't
else.
say
If
all
somebody
that.
else comes
He
along,
didn't
I'm
say all
out.
that.
Someone comes
He
along
just-
better.
he
So
just
right
announced-
now he's settling maybe for a hot. What do they say? A hot in the cot.
He
No,
Depending-
no,
depending-
no.
That's exactly
Depending
why I
on what
don't
he's
cook for
getting out of
jokers.
the
You're not about to be with me
situation.
because I cook good chicken.
He just announced that he's still looking. Is what
He's
he
still
did.
looking.
Yeah.
Right, leave her alone.
Right,
let
let
her
her
go
go.
find who
Let her go.
But what if
looking
he don't?
for
What if he
her.
don't find nothing better? Maybe it's nothing better out
So-
there.
so
Shouldn't
she-
he be given a lot of time to see what else is out there?
I feel
So
like
you
he
don't
might
feel-
have mommy issues.
And you don't feel no accountability.
Why do you conclude mommy issues? on that?
Because it's just, it's
She
like
just wanted to diss.
it's not a diss.
But I
It's not a
wanna
diss
know-
because
I want to know why you see mommy issues in that. For
because
real.
that seems like an issue with a person who has a problem with being single, for one, right? Why is it that he needs to drag this person along
Leave
in
her
order for him
alone.
to get to a better place?
Yes.
Like, deal with your relationships
that's-
when it comes to women.
But that's
and
connected to a mommy issue?
the primary relationship that we
With
all
women.
have with when it
The
comes to
opposite-
men
yeah.
or women is
Our
strongly
opposite
based
sex
in our
parents.
relationships with our parents,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So what would you then suggest that this person's relationship with their mother's like then?
I don't know.
He was
to
probably-
be honest. Maybe he has like some nurture problems. He maybe wasn't nurtured.
He wasn't.
He
nurtured, so
wasn't nurtured by a woman enough to know that he's secure in being alone and by himself.
So the mom was
right?
maybe.
So he needs to have that clutch. He needs
the-
to have that teddy bear next
but
to
so
him.
the mom was not a particularly nurturing person.
Or
that's just an assumption.
I understand. We're here to make some assumptions.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
That's why I
let's
asked
go
the
with it.
question is to have that discourse.
Absolutely.
I'm not a big I don't. like the mommy daddy issues, I don't really necessarily understand them like that. So I'm kind of asking out of my own interest, what are you interpreting there?
Right, just maybe he has problems with feeling secure. So that safety and security, that's a big thing that we get from our caretakers, right?
Right. So if we play that back, he probably had a mother that wasn't super nurturing,
right?
And then that kind of creates in him in adulthood this need to be with somebody.
Yeah, and to have people are just like a void for him.
Okay.
So this person is not necessarily who he wants to be, but he's settling for her because he's afraid of being alone or afraid to have whatever she's meeting. He doesn't feel like he could go on without having that need.
Okay, and Sean, do you have an alternative theory?
I was going to say, or he has been missing that father in his life, or even if he had a present father, I think a lot of times, especially when it comes to men, if the father was not present emotionally and did not show his son or his daughter how a woman should be loved, like if he was not loving his mother correctly, his father was not loving his mother correctly, then a lot of times it will create I don't know how to put or invest myself into this person. I always think that there's possibly somebody else on the horizon. I don't know how to accept that this person is here for me, and I don't know how to internalize that person is, the one for me.
Or he doesn't know how he doesn't have the capability of bringing that woman, of nurturing that woman to become the woman that he needs.
That too, and he's maybe afraid, and he thinks he can keep
because at the end of the
better.
day, like you guys definitely have the power to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do we really?
No.
Yes, you do.
How?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
How?
Men lead.
You are. You guys are the lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
You
if you
set the
say
tone.
if this woman is not, for whatever, let's say the reason that he's waiting for somebody
next girl.
better to come along is because maybe she's not making enough money or whatever. She doesn't have that go
Drive.
that go getter thing.
Put
where
that
she
drive
might be.
into her.
So you gotta feed that into her until.
How does one go about doing that?
What do you mean?
How do you put the drive in a woman to go make money?
Baby,
it's not necessarily
listen.
the drive. She has to have the drive.
Pimps
No, she
seemingly
don't
have a good
have
handle
to
on it.
have
Say again.
Pimps seemingly have a good handle on it, but
That's
Right,
true,
he
too.
can take a he can take a
It's a similar
Is that
concept.
that's
It's
the
a
sort of
similar
leadership we want to
concept.
embrace?
No, it's a similar concept. Not necessarily with the pimps and hoes, not to that extreme, but that's a great
Watered down
example.
version?
That's a great example of the impact that a man can have on a woman.
Absolutely.
Right? You think about the impact, like the influence.
I can't stand these two.
Can
Y'all
you
are
think
terrible.
about the influence that a man has to have over a woman?
She going now. She going. But
she's right though.
I could get halfway
guess.
on that train, but these other two trains that y'all was on, I mean,
We're kind of mommy and daddy issues.
That was going way to Timbuktu.
'Cause you don't like it.
I'm not joining that train. But
Okay.
that train there, I'll
So you don't feel like
most
most of our issues come from mother and father
not that
raising
issue.
issues?
This is
Okay.
just a guy who
I-
wants a girl with a bigger ass, or that's
that thinks he needs
wants to
more.
go out and make more money. It's or something like that.
But
That's all
I
that
mean,
is.
I think
I don't. The mommy daddy issue thing, like in
Don't feed
extreme
into that.
circumstance, I can kind of get it.
Not
Okay.
in
But
this
but I'm not
situation.
talking about this.
Okay.
I'm not talking about
in
this.
general.
I'm saying, like, when you're in an extreme situation where you've borderline been abused, neglected, something like that. I get how scarring that could be. If you've been, God forbid, molested, I get that. What I would suggest is like garden variety parental issues, and there's always going to be some level of parental issue.
Right.
But the garden variety
true.
kind, it's like I just personally feel you've got to be accountable for kind of figuring some of that stuff out.
maybe
Absolutely.
And not being this person that's just incapacitated by that.
Right.
that's true. But some
You know,
people
Right.
do
and
get
so-
that way.
Well, and they need to be like they need to be held
That's the
accountable
one
for
who's
that.
looking for
Right.
somebody
That's-
else, who's
yeah.
constantly looking for something better,
Who's
who
looking
doesn't
for the
yeah,
fulfillment in
that's-
another
that's-
person
you
instead of being
just-
able to
you
find
just-
that within yourself.
Exactly.
Let me get some comments in here because Chuck says they will find out when I ghost their ass. As far as when.
Good night and goodbye. Truck.
And then we have Ever Vested saying, "No, I hurt my feelings. Let me go with my good head
Exactly.
and don't talk to me." In my
I'll give this
Fantasia
good
voice."
head to somebody who deserves it.
Now, Coach is saying, Their feelings are their feelings. People don't control other people's feelings. Your feelings can only be hurt if because of your expectations. The question then becomes, where
That's
did you get those expectations?
Right.
They gave them to me.
I can follow that one. For sure.
You gave me the expectations that I have for you.
By showing up on the 7th floor.
That's that part. Don't show up on the 7th
But that's
floor.
why.
and then tell me
That's
to sit on
why.
the
But
porch.
that's why.
I like
Bubba,
that you get
that's
the
why
concept,
Bubba.
Pink. I like that. There you
I'm
go.
very
Right? Every time they say it, I'd be like, elevator floor.
But I think that's why Bubba and I sort of like, on a visceral level, sort of like reject some of that notion because we don't want to set expectations like that.
It's not about expectations, but you set
Kind
the
of
tone for
is.
me. If you're a man, you set the tone for how this relationship is gonna go. You set the tone for a
That sets
lot.
an expectation. Tone and expectation are
But you
Define
have
them
set the
differently.
tone. It goes even back to what we were talking about simping. Don't keep taking me to Ruth Chris and Charlie's and Eddie V's if you can't maintain that
lifestyle.
But
that
that-
level
but-
of decorum.
that's expectation. That's what we're talking
It's
about.
not my expectation, it's yours. You set the tone.
And what I said is Bubba
If
and
you keep
I-
taking me
hold
to
on.
Chick-fil-A and Waffle House,
Hold on. What I said was Bubba and I sort of reject the notion of setting these expectations because we don't think it's healthy. Us setting that.
Right.
We're not going to sit here and go to Ruth Chris and stuff like that because
It's
we
not an
don't think that
expectation.
it is.
okay.
I mean, how is it not? You literally
Because
said
you
you
can
set
take
the
me
tone.
to Eddie V's and
What he's saying
Chick-fil-A.
is that that's why they're not going to accept that expectation.
Yeah.
We'd be
because
very
it's-
conscious of the expectation we set. No,
Right.
we clowned Jordan Poole a couple weeks back
Uh-huh.
because he allegedly took Ice Spice and spent $500 grand on
500
a first
grand,
date.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
nice.
idiotic. You get that's nice. That's effing
He
retarded.
drove the price of that coochie all the way
Ice
up.
Spice, girl, good job that night.
You could have got Ice Spice for a couple $100 on a date. Now
Exactly.
the next guy gonna come and
But
he
do we
gotta
know
spend
that's
at least
true, though?
$300,000. That's how
But do we
life
know
works.
that's even true though?
Since
Right.
But
animal days.
once it entered the public sphere, whether it's true or not doesn't
He
matter.
should have
It's
dispelled
out there.
that shit immediately.
He did.
Oh, you talking about whether it's true or not, whether he did it?
Yeah, he should have
did
said
it.
no. It was
Yeah, he did.
5,000, not
But
500,000.
guess what? He didn't. He was too busy missing
Right,
shots in the
because
press.
all press is good press.
No, that's good stuff, man.
Let me drop another 2 for 11 on the Kings.
Where is he in the playoffs right now?
Hell no, he's home.
Good night and goodbye. Go sit home. Go sit home with your 500,000 deficit.
Really quick here. Once again, you guys are on the bench podcast above and pink. I want to give a quick shout out to our second sponsor here, Royal13thebrand.com. Again, that is Royal13thebrand.com. Go on their website, use promo code BubbaPink. You could be fresh going into the summer, all of that good stuff. Royal13thebrand.com. Promo code BubbaPink. All right, here. Let's get to some fun stuff.
Yes.
As if that wasn't fun already, right?
We've been having great fun.
I love this.
Big fun.
So we usually do, when we have guests on, we have a segment, either Start a Bench with Coach Pink or Are You Crazy with Bubba. This week I chose Crazy.
Both of y'all.
There's a lot of crazy things going on in the world of
This is a good
trending
type of
entertainment. So I have some topics here,
Mm-hmm.
and what we're going to do is we're going to discern how crazy these folks are, or if they're crazy at all. Okay.
Yes.
So I have in the top right corner you can see a man caught his daughter with 2 boys in the
Yes.
house. I have DJ Envy going at it with Rick Ross Camp,
Mm-hmm.
and Little Mermaid post caused a rift on social media. And then we have a football player at the top left. So let's go Little Mermaid first, because that doesn't involve video. The last couple are going to involve video. So
Which will test Bubba's technical capabilities.
so the Little Mermaid movie came out. Have you guys seen it?
Not yet.
I
We're
haven't,
going
but
next
I do
weekend.
plan to.
You have plans. Okay,
Yes.
okay. I've been
Y'all
told.
gonna see it together?
No, I was gonna go on a date.
Okay.
Okay, Jay. I'm going with my nieces.
Okay.
My sister. We're going this weekend. My 2 nieces.
I'm going to circle back to the date thing because I do have a question about that.
Okay.
But not like that. I'm talking about the movie date. Okay. So here the post says, would you take your son to go
Yes.
see Little Mermaid? And because that's the post says, because that's really crazy to me.
Why?
Huh?
You think it's crazy?
That's what we're here to talk about.
Okay.
So would you take your little son, to go see Little Mermaid, the movie?
Absolutely.
Personally,
Only if he asked.
I think it would be based on him asking. Now, since I went to middle school, I kind of stayed away from animation of any kind, including animated porn. I don't,
You don't watch anime porn? It's
no, not my thing. I don't really like animated stuff, so I'm not going to be quick to say, let's go do this. The kids would have to do it.
Right.
Either son or daughter would have to be the one pushing, hey, I want to go see it. Then, of course, I'll cave in. But as far as that goes, I would not suggest it. Like, my thing is, and I took my kids when they were small to 8 Mile and to Bruno.
But hold on, let me get before we move it to them. Are you saying, is it because it's Little Mermaid and it's a boy seeing the Little Mermaid movie, or is it because just the
more
animation period?
More my aversion to animation.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But again, like I said, if one of my sons say, hey, I want to go to Little Mermaid, I would take them. I wouldn't freak out about it. It's not a big deal.
Right.
If my daughter said I want to see Little Mermaid, great. It's cool. But that's it. I might fall asleep during it, but we'll go. That's my. I think I think when you have this sort of reaction, that you personally just have some weird issues going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's not a big deal. It's a freaking movie, man.
Like Pam and I are both boy moms. She's
Yeah.
a boy mom. I'm a boy mom. We don't have daughters. I actually, this is funny that we're talking about this because I actually just had this conversation with my son on the way over here. He drove me here, and I would definitely take my sons to go see this movie. It's a live action movie. It's a storyline that has been told throughout generations. It's not, something unknown to people. He was like, I would never go see The Little Mermaid. That was not what I was into when I was a kid. I was like, sir, you were into anything that was music related. He watched The Temptations 5 times a day. So you sung along
Who doesn't
with
like David Ruffin?
He does. But he sung along with Sebastian in The Little Mermaid too. They watched all the Disney classics. So I would take any of my kids to go see this.
But to that point, though, your sons already expressed, I don't care to go.
Well, my sons are 21, 18, and 12.
fair enough.
So they don't care.
Right.
But if
Mine is 20 and 15. So.
yeah, so if they would go see it with me, I would take them.
Right, but they're not saying that, and you're not pushing the issue.
I don't
Right.
push them to go see Terminator. So like whatever's clever.
Terminator
But
blows, but go
if
ahead.
I had a small son who was, say under 7,
Yeah.
I would take him to go see it. And I would even
Wouldn't ask him for his opinion?
There were mer if he didn't want to, he's like, I don't want to see The Little Mermaid. I would not take him.
Oh,
but
fair enough.
there were mermen. King Triton was a merman.
What am I supposed to know who that is?
The dad.
King Triton?
Because I don't. I have
Oh,
no
it's
idea
the
who that
dad.
is. That's
Ariel's
Mermaid's
dad?
Yeah.
I don't know who Ariel is.
You
but-
never saw The Little Mermaid?
No, I didn't watch that
No,
stuff.
I didn't.
Even when you were a kid?
No.
No.
I told you I
Wow,
gave up.
guys
on
are
Even
so,
you, Bubba?
You guys are so out of touch.
I didn't even
Out
know it
of
was
touch.
out when I was a
I'm
kid.
just
I don't know.
teasing.
You didn't know The Little Mermaid
I'm just-
was a movie?
No, I thought I was too old for it. But I didn't know it was out. I don't know.
If Bubba thought he was too old for it, I damn sure was too old for it.
So you never seen The Little Mermaid?
No, I never seen
No,
it.
why is it surprising?
So you're gonna go see it because it's a
No, I don't
black
have any daughters.
woman.
I don't have any daughters or sons.
So what? You're not
listen.
gonna do it for the culture?
No, a girl did ask me that,
Culture.
and like, oh, you gotta go see it. Just buy a ticket and don't go. I fight the
What?
fight in my ways.
Go.
Okay, the cinema part, that's y'all fight, and that's great. That's awesome. I fight the black fight in other ways.
Are you serious?
I support black businesses, local black businesses. All these shirts, the shirt I have
Okay.
on now. Every show I come on, I'm wearing a black
mine
business
too.
shirt. There you go. So I fight the fight in different ways. But as long as the fight is being fought, it's all love.
So
Shout out
you've never
to,
seen
what's
the
her name? Whatever her name
Haley
Bailey. Haley
Bailey.
Bailey.
That's her name for real?
And she got a
Haley
sister
Bailey.
that's in the entertainment.
Chloe Bailey.
Chloe, sorry.
I know Chloe. I don't know the other one. But
Haley,
not because she's naked
She
all the
is
time.
also going to be the star.
But she is naked all the time.
Wow, she's also going to be the star of The New Color Purple. But I can't believe you've never seen The Little Mermaid. What the heck?
I can't believe that you're surprised that we didn't see Little Mermaid.
I am super surprised.
Yeah.
'Cause what?
So you're saying, yeah, you don't mind either. I think, like Pink said, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, if you got a problem with if you think your son is going to be gay, if you say, because that's what it is.
He's probably already gay.
If you think your son's going to be gay, if you take him to see this Little Mermaid movie, you got something. There's something. You know.
Every kid I've known who was gay as a child is gay as an adult.
But the guy who posted it.
The funny thing is, like, this guy's like at his son's like wedding to a man like 15 years from now, going, that damn trip to Little Mermaid.
Right. That was the turning point.
Everything went wrong after that.
He was already gay.
It's my fault.
If you think your child's gonna turn gay just because he watched The Little Mermaid, he was gay before that.
That's what it comes down to, right?
I do want to address this because I feel like with like LGBT community and trans movement, there's like this crazy level of paranoia that seems to be ripping through people, that just simply exposure and knowledge is going to equate with people turning into gay or lesbian. Do you think it's correct then?
It's kind of true. So I believe in the nature versus nurture effect when it comes to, if you don't expose your children to a certain thing, they wouldn't know that it exists, and they wouldn't even know it's a factor or a possibility. However, I also believe
that's some heavy North Korea shit right there.
Not necessarily.
For real.
It's very
with
true.
TikTok and YouTube University.
If your kids did not know gay existed, would they know that gay was a possibility?
But if you're saying by nature they're
so
gay,
it's nature versus nurture. So I also believe that. So I personally also believe that there is a defect in our DNA that allows us to believe that we could possibly be mated to the same sex because it goes against nature.
So you believe it's a genetic defect that
like
makes people
cancer.
Gay. Okay.
It's deep, but I promise if you go to YouTube University.
I'm glad my 2 degrees aren't from there.
If you go and do some research, you'll realize the nature versus nurture,
Some guy living with his mother and hasn't had pussy in 2 decades is going to tell me something.
No, that would not be a guy. He'd be attracted to his mother.
No, I'm talking about
the
guy running the YouTube channel.
Yeah, they're running the YouTube University.
Who run the channel.
The professor emeritus on YouTube University.
Yeah, so it's a DNA versus, evolution type of thing. We only believe in gay because it exists.
Effervescent says Triton is a Greek sea god, not
we don't
just
care.
Little Mermaid.
So it's just go watch it.
Now that's deep. I can dig that.
Y'all were underselling
I can
him, man.
appreciate that.
He's much bigger than just
right.
Who?
It's much bigger than that.
Yeah.
All right. The next one here. Let's go to a video. All right. So this is the guy who found his daughter.
Oh, I like this
in
one.
the house with 2 boys. Here we go.
I have a great.
Where we at? 2 boys.
Inside the house there. Look at that inside the house there. Look at that. Look at my affair. Not your mother. Not your mother. Tell don't bring man inside of the house. Don't bring man inside of the house. Don't bring man inside of. Don't bring man inside of that house. Don't bring man of that house. Don't bring man inside of that house. Don't bring man inside of that house. Don't bring man inside of that house. You see outside. You look at the bed there. You call your mother. Don't bring no man inside of that house. That what they tell. They don't tell you and they lock. And when you finish, you there. Hello, what? Who you fucking calling? Outside. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Outside. Go outside. Outside. The teller tell you a lot. No man inside of that house. Don't come and tell me no man inside of that house there.
Y'all can say what y'all want, but
So the conversation has been shifted to like, number one, why did this guy record it? Number two, why is he hitting his daughter on the, why is he hitting his daughter? You shouldn't do that. This and that. So what do you guys think? The guy comes home, finds his daughter
First off,
naked with 2 boys.
Well, no, she clearly had a bra.
She wasn't
So let's
naked.
not get carried away.
Towel?
She was
And a bra. She had a bra.
definitely close enough.
She was naked.
in
She
the
had a
company
bra.
of 2 young men.
Pink, she was just coming from being naked. Like, you could tell
But she
something
managed
was
to get
going
a
on.
bra.
She
I'm not saying no.
She didn't take it off.
I'm not
You can't
saying-
manage to get a
Driveway.
bra
I'm
on.
not saying.
While he was in the driveway.
Hey, I'm not saying a menage a trois didn't just finish, but she did have a bra.
She might not have took it off.
Okay, couple takes. This guy's level of tyrannical intolerance is probably what got those two dudes over there to fuck her. Because he is an oppressive dude. He's not like building a daughter that's capable of being balanced and thinking and making wise choices. She feels strangled and smothered in the environment he's created around her. And she's going outside of that and living on the edge. This happens to a lot of women.
That's a pretty solid perspective.
They're kind of like oppressed by their father, that no dating, you can't see dudes until you're 22, or this, that, and the other thing. All these ridiculous concepts. And a lot of times those women end up acting out in sexually reckless ways. And so he needs to look in the mirror before he does anything else. Her, again, this is bad decision making. Having a threesome probably under the age of 18.
So it's bad decision making, but it's wrong for him to say it's bad decision making.
It's wrong for him to say it's bad decision making when he's got blood on his hands on it.
Well,
what's his blood on his hands?
He's created an environment that pushed her to that place.
How?
By being this restrictive, oppressive person.
But she had two dudes in the house.
She did have two dudes in the house.
So one of the
she's
things that I noticed in the video, one, you notice that he has an accent. Two, you notice that the environment is definitely not in America, right? So I think that
his English was remarkable, though.
His English was good, but you could definitely tell that it's not necessarily an American culture that we're looking at, right? So I would say, yes, on the surface, it looks terrible, but who are we to impose our cultural beliefs on another society and culture as to how they raise their children, how they go about teaching those social dynamics that we do here in America?
Well, but what in that video showed us that?
My only problem with this
what
video,
in the video showed us that was a code. I mean, clearly, right? If it was in America, he'd probably be in jail. You know, everybody would have, put him on Twitter. They would have found out his first, last name, where he works, his address. Job, they would have found that out in what? Maybe 2 hours
days,
top. No, not even 2 days.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah, a couple hours.
5
right?
hours, 6 hours. Yeah.
So who are we as an American society that also allows a lot of interesting things? To say that this man is wrong for establishing those boundaries in his home.
You can let a child.
It does seem.
Who's
I'm not
younger than it. I would guess that this girl was. I would guess that this girl was 15 or 16. The average age of an
14. Yeah.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. Even still, the average age of an American teenager who has sex for the first time is age 16. My only problem with this video is that it was posted online.
Really?
I would have slapped the shit out of my kid too.
Really?
If I've set a standard in my home that this is not okay, then this is not okay. We should be teaching. I mean, I also agree. I mean, I have only sons. I don't have a daughter. So maybe it's a little different. And I do think there's a double standard. And I don't even care that there's a double standard because I want my sons to have that same double standard with girls that they deal with. But I don't disagree that if I'm a parent and I say no boys in my house, don't be having. You had 2 boys in my house. I will slap.
I don't know what I would have done.
Fire.
That's the same thing I would say. I don't know how I would have responded. I just know
I would just not record it.
A strong talking.
Listen, I would just not record it. But how are we faulting these children for doing the same things we did?
I didn't have a threesome.
That's what you did?
Not necessarily a threesome. I graduated high school a virgin, but I'm saying a lot of my friends.
If it was one of the boys, I might just clap. just clap.
What if you find a boy? What if you find one of your boys with 2 girls?
So that happened. Okay.
So that happened.
Oh, shoot.
That was last Tuesday.
No. I was going to say there was this one time where I had a sister. Mind you, I have 7 sisters, so I'm not going to say names for confidentiality sakes. But there was a time where my sister thought that the entire family was out of the house. And my dad left something at home, and he doubled back and came back to the house and found my sister and her boyfriend, who eventually became her husband. But he found my sister and her boyfriend, who had kind of like snuck back into our house after everybody had left. and he did not lose it. Like, he didn't do what this father did in this video, but he definitely made his point known. And he,
Let me tell you something. If he found 2 of them, one in the front and one in the back.
Yeah, that would be. That's why I say my problem would be that the father recorded it.
Like, what am I doing here as a father? You got,
but
not enough.
My point.
That's
my
what you're
point is that like his behavior way before this day.
I
brought that about.
I understand that.
And here's
that's not a bad take.
When you go to the like, I'm slapping you and I'm recording it.
Yeah.
What the hell is the pathway back?
That's where I have a problem
to a relationship.
I don't know.
Yeah, because how do you repair that?
She's embarrassed.
Because at the end of the day,
beyond embarrassed. Like she hates you.
Yeah.
I know for certain my son
she really respects him.
Hell no.
I know for
You put
certain that
hands
my
on me,
son
I
has
want you
let
to
women
die.
in our house.
To the day I die, I want you to be there first, and I want to watch it.
I don't think it's the hands though. It's the recording.
Both.
Yeah.
It's both.
I don't think it's
He
both.
slapped the dog stuff out of her at least six
in the
times
culture,
in that video.
A lot of people get whoopings and,
Right.
and whoopings.
That
in the
wasn't a
culture.
whooping.
That was a whooping.
No, that wasn't. That was like that was a.
And
that was not like, hey, you've done wrong, and I'm gonna spank you for it. That's like, I'm just hitting you randomly while I'm ranting.
But that's a different culture, and
So be
in
it.
Caribbean culture, they don't think like that.
And I'm just telling you that relationship is done.
I think you're talking from a white perspective.
You can say that
From
if
an
you
American,
want, but
definitely
go ahead
American
and prove me wrong.
perspective.
But I agree.
Let's
on the
circle back to her.
recording.
She gonna
The
love her daddy
recording,
for
yeah.
life.
The recording part, I agree, but just not
Just
the
don't put it
whooping
on.
part.
I don't even care about the recording part. Don't put it online.
Nah, I mean, then why record it at all?
I agree with that too. And where was he in the recording? I didn't see his face at all.
Yeah, he showed his face.
So that's my only thing. My problem with the video was that he recorded it and put it online. Well, how he did with his daughter and how and put the fear of God in them boys too. Don't come back to my house.
Right.
Period. You're not welcome here. This is not what I'm down with. This is not what parents set a standard. And it don't matter if the child agrees with that standard. When you don't agree with that standard, grow up, get out of my house, and then you can decide whatever your standard is. But in this house and in this context, you're going to live according to this standard. If parents don't set that, children have nothing to have
boundaries.
Yeah,
They don't have the boundaries.
That's
And they
and
actually
you grow up
need
with
the
adults.
boundaries.
Yeah, you grow up with adults who don't know, when a woman is simping them and not. you don't grow up with those boundaries, and
But it does happen.
Yeah.
I went over to my sister's house one time, and one of my nieces had a boy over there.
Just
one.
one?
My sister was at work. Yeah, just one.
He's behind the times, man.
There's one.
So disappointed in her.
There was a time where I think I knew.
You only got one boy in here.
Not only.
It was like a gangster white boy. It was like,
Really? God.
hands down by his knees. He had a gold mouth.
Post Malone, huh?
I said, listen, man.
Bubba Sparks.
You got a couple seconds
You're
to get
Bubba
the fuck
Brown?
from out of here, man.
You were the man that time?
You saw it?
You were the guy that laid
I
down the
was
law?
there. I didn't lay down law.
You told him you got a couple seconds to get out
my
here.
sister out. Yeah, you got to
Yeah, look at
You gotta go.
No, yeah, granted, maybe he circled back an hour after I left.
He probably
Fuck
did.
knows, but
It was. I
can't.
swear, I
Maybe
used to
now.
believe that my
might
son
be
was
there now.
sticking a girl in through his window.
Decade later, I'm still in it, Bubba. This one's for you. Where do you want
I
my love?
have never snuck a boy into my parents' house
said you never did that?
when they were here.
you said you never?
Never.
That happens so often.
Only when they were on vacation.
And they thought they were having a good time.
Yeah.
The ring thing really messed that up for a lot
Man.
of young boys.
I did that to my kids this
the
morning.
doorbell, the camera.
Yeah, I never thought about I've never thought of getting one of those. I just don't care. Like, what
I
the
told
hell?
this morning I got mad because my kids didn't finish some housework from yesterday, and I was like, I made them get up when I got up for work at 7:30 this morning. Like, get up, you're doing this work now. And I'm like, and I'm gonna watch the cameras. Don't go to sleep when I go to work.
So you have the camera like on the ring bell, and you also have
I have a
internal
few.
house cameras.
Yes, I do.
Really? Damn.
I know.
What's the most disturbing thing you saw on the camera?
What's the most disturbing thing I've ever saw on the camera?
Yeah. You ever see my boys crank one out or anything?
Oh no, I don't have them in their bedrooms.
Oh, okay.
That's disgusting.
Or maybe on the main couch.
Men are disgusting.
All right.
Ugh, don't be main couch in my couch.
Just asking.
No.
It's possible.
They definitely have.
Ugh, no, go to your bedroom.
There's no boundaries when it comes.
Probably in the kitchen sink too.
Ugh. I'll never cook the same.
Sorry, boys.
Never look at the cutting board.
Sorry.
The same.
Oh, right. What y'all be doing with the juicer? That's disgusting, Bubba. Why would you put those images?
Speaking from experience. No, I'm clouded, man.
Get your juicer at overking.com.
I'm out of drinks. Right. What's that website again?
Overking.com. Like you said. Pay attention.
Let's move along here.
Pay attention. It's free.
I got a quick one here. I didn't know if anybody up here had a comment or about it. But Breakfast Club, you got DJ Envy and Rick Ross has been going at it for the last couple weeks about I don't want to say a dumb car show, but that's what it's been going on, a car show. Who's got the biggest car show, who has the biggest wiener. And that's what the argument has been about. So they've been attacking each other personally, back and forth.
Wait, about wieners?
No, about car show.
It's definitely a dick measuring contest.
But that's all it is.
Cars and guns,
Pay attention, it's free.
I was zoned out.
Actually, you missed the last show. We talked about dick measurements with Shawnee last show.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm sad I missed it.
Yeah, I know,
That's
right?
okay. We can replay it.
So,
We'll send you the link.
Yes. We talked about dicks in measurement
Right.
at length. No pun intended.
I know, right?
At girth as well.
That part too.
So Rick Ross and Envy has been going at each other, attacking each other personally, all these jokes, barbs. And the most recent thing that happened was one of his first artists he ever signed, Gunplay from Miami, Florida. Apparently Gunplay's wife had put up a GoFundMe for their child, as a sick child. And Envy was on Breakfast Club saying, "Oh, your man's Gunplay got a GoFundMe account. You can't even help him, but you're talking about all this big boss stuff." And now that's bringing Gunplay in. Now this has been going on for weeks, just him and Ross.
Right.
But now you're bringing Gunplay in. So Gunplay comes is like, "Man, why you got to bring my name up and talking about a GoFundMe, talking about my situation? My child is sick. You got my wife mad and this and that." And so, and they talk on the phone after that. And Gunplay records the phone conversation.
Right. It's the state of Florida too.
Of DJ Envy like apologizing, "Yo, I didn't know this and that." And Gunplay's like, "Yeah." And so then Envy comes out on the next show. I think it was yesterday or whatever. It's like Gunplay recorded the conversation, but in Florida, that's a you have
felony.
to
have two-sided knowledge of recording.
So it's a felony, a felony and a fine. Like you can go to jail, you convict the felon, this and that. And it's like, and I just think Envy, in my personal opinion, I think he just went entirely too far from just based off a car show. Because now you're involved in like a real, like Gunplay, like. If you ever catch a guy from Florida with a name like Gunplay and nobody ever question it in a racket, might not be the best guy to
mess with.
You know what I'm saying?
But Gunplay went a little deep in that conversation though, and you was recording it the whole time. So was you just putting on for show? He was like, I shoot you. What did he say? He was like, slap you. And he was like, coming at DJ Envy.
He should have though.
Why? Because DJ Envy really did not mention the child or the wife.
But that's what comes with it.
He mentioned the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
My thing is, but I feel like Gunplay was really only talking because he was recording.
Well, clearly he made a decision to record the call, which is just
right.
shady. That's a shady
And
move.
he made not only this is another thing. This goes with the father who recorded his daughter and put it online. If you recorded the conversation as one thing, but you posted this conversation online, so now you've made yourself an object of spectacle, and you've now opened yourself up to the Attorney General contacting DJ Envy and saying,
"That's low for Envy, though."
How is it low for Envy? Because he said it.
Acts on it.
I don't think he's gonna act on it. I think he's letting people
he would have
know.
To press charges.
Yeah, he had to be a cooperating member. Yeah. But because you make stuff public, you open yourself up to scrutiny. And why would you even Gunplay is who posted the conversation. He's the one who recorded it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like, especially between DJ Envy and Rick Ross, like I feel like that's how the 5%ers keep us
Entertained.
keep us entertained. Yeah, they do like weird things like that, and we start talking about it, and you know, and
Keep
then
their
next thing
name
you know,
relevant.
they have an album coming out, or they got merchandise
part.
coming out, and we already know they do definitely have 2 car shows. So
Yeah, and then maybe the
there's
car
some way
show
to-
combines, and then but my
Absolutely.
thing is, yeah, that could be in play, but it's the many casualties in the between the time that, like I think that could have been a play at first, but then when they go and they're talking about each other like these personal attacks, I just think one maybe went too far, and I think it probably got serious. I think at first it started out as just a light fun thing, like, hey, my car show better than yours.
Yeah.
And my dick longer.
Who-
And then
so
the
who
other guy
took
has
it
to
to
come
another
back and
level?
reject. I don't know. It's
Gunplay took it to another level when he recorded the conversation and posted it online. Stop doing goofy
like Kim
stuff.
said, that was a shady
I
move.
bet you
I don't know.
Gunplay
I
has
can't-
a small
that-
If
dick.
that-
DJ Envy's talking
Oh,
about it
Lord.
online in a public forum, then
Just saying,
did he
that's
take
small
it too
dick
far?
energy if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I think so.
What kind of energy?
Small dick energy.
I don't know.
No length or girth.
Pencils.
Pencils.
Not even, that pencil that you get that's in the bottom of the box. that
And
nobody
see,
else
and
wants.
guys hear y'all talk about that, and then I gotta prove her. So now I got to send a picture.
So you just
And you put posts
That's
up
you
fine.
just
like that.
invited.
That's
You just-
fine.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
And
send
she
it to
put
the next
posts-
guy.
She puts random posts up throughout her day referencing or some type
Throughout
of
my
way of
day?
dick sizes.
Time out. I gotta ask this question. Since you said that on the show last time, has anybody sent you a DP? You sent them somebody else's DP, and they were like, "Damn, I didn't realize you were for real."
Yes.
Really?
I also,
that's funny.
since we're talking,
That's funny.
whoever you are, ma'am, I've blocked you since. But I got you. I got a message from a woman who watched this show the last time. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna cuss. But I will tell you, ma'am, all press is good press. You don't have to like what I say on this show. But I'm going to come back again, too, this time, too. Next time, too, I'm going to come back. You don't have to like the next time. Don't inbox me no more, though, about what you don't like and what you don't like about me, because I promise I don't care. Don't inbox me this time.
This was
Okay.
a public service announcement.
That part. PSA, ho. Oh,
Brought to
sorry.
you by.
No, but I did get one of your fans who inboxed me and was like, you got a lot of nerve talking about dick size. Ma'am, and I still will. Say I won't.
It's an important subject.
It is. Okay? I hope you're watching tonight.
So important. Why you don't like the pictures? Why can't
I
just?
never
why
said
can't
I
you
didn't
do a
like
picture
I
right now?
don't like
You don't
I
like
don't like
You okay with
unsolicited.
pictures? Okay.
I'm okay with photos as
Unsolicited.
long
I
as
said transparency, right?
yeah.
I'm standing on that.
I'm gonna let you all the way
I'm
go.
not talking about just super random. I'm talking about if I jump in your inbox, I'm trying to get to know. I'm trying to talk to you. Whatever.
I will ask you.
But I'm saying like, okay, after like, how are you? How many sisters, brothers you got? And then I just send a dick picture. I just send a dick. Let's get it out of the way.
Man, the
Is this
last
good enough for you or not? If so, we can move forward.
the
If
second
not,
to the last guy, I was like, is
Otherwise, I
that a
don't need to
thumb?
waste any more time.
I don't need to
on
waste
this.
any more time.
Yeah. I
I don't need to
haven't
waste
answered
any-
him back
I don't need to
since.
waste any more charm on this.
There's 20
That
million
part.
other women on this goddamn app.
I'm with it though.
What am I doing?
I love process of elimination.
All right.
I'm not saying don't ever send a
I
dick
need you to
pic.
be
We
more
talked
open
about this.
With
But
the DP.
actually,
I know, but I don't
see,
think we
like,
got anywhere
if
with
you
that.
Yes,
love-
we did.
If you love process of elimination, then you should love the pic because it
I don't want it
eliminates.
unsolicited. Don't just be
But it
like,
eliminates
good
that
morning,
person.
dick.
Transparency. I vote for transparency.
Me too.
And I like that because
Send
that
the
means
pic,
you're all
guys.
the way around. Like you're not just transparency here, then not there, then not, and some here.
Yeah, show
all
me.
the way around.
Show me.
There you go.
I-
it only takes 5 seconds to look, and then you can delete it or keep moving on about
Right.
your day.
Yep.
Maybe it's because
Maybe
I
you said.
most of the time be so disgusted. Go by.
Wow, that's a rough noise.
It's like the
Enough.
yeah.
Enough already.
That's how I feel about
Now I don't
unsolicited
want
dick
to
pics.
overstep my boundaries here, but what about like a quick video? Like some women are into those videos.
What kind of videos, Bubba?
Yeah.
Jacking off videos.
Yeah, some women are into that. Is that's a step too far?
If I'm in a relationship, then I'm cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but not
remember-
from a random
But
guy.
from the guy that you're in a relationship with, or just another guy?
Yeah, he can do that.
No, if I'm in the relationship with the guy,
okay.
I'm okay.
I remember there was a
definitely.
time in my life where I really wanted to like live see a guy jack off.
Did you?
So me and my best friend at the time tried to pay a guy $20 to show us how he jacks off, and he couldn't finish, but he had to finish in order to get the $20, and it was
Did he
such
get
a
19?
lackluster.
Did he have lotion?
We gave him everything.
Y'all
He
gave him
even
everything?
asked
That's-
for
okay.
participation at one point. We're like, no, this is your job. We just want to watch.
For
He has to ask for
$20?
participation. He has to pull that card.
We were all
That was good.
friends. I mean,
$20?
this was literally
you're-
like 20 years
you're
ago.
supposed
I
to
need friends like
you're
y'all.
You're supposed to be so impressive whacking it, they just want to join in.
Yeah.
Participation just compelled.
He was asking for
Maybe. You don't
participation,
ask
and we
for
were like,
participation.
You don't ask for
we just wanna
Participation
see
just
you.
comes.
Okay.
But I don't think I necessarily want to see like a
Okay.
squirt video from a guy.
You say you don't or do?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't been in a relationship in so long that I've gotten a.
But it has to be in a relationship.
If I don't have interest in you, I don't want to see your dick. I
Time
don't
out though.
wanna know.
What was? Let's go back to this $20 guy. Where did this go down?
Okay, so we were on 7 Mile in Detroit, and if you're watching this or you do watch this and you see this, I'm sorry for telling your story, but we were friends and we would hang out and we would smoke weed and we were.
You were friends with the guy.
It was like 3 guys and me and my best friend at the time.
Okay.
And sometimes my little sister, and we would just like all hang out with each other and sit and ride around in cars in Detroit and smoke weed. And then one day we were just like, it was me and my best friend, and it was the 3 guys, and we were just like, we've always kind of wanted to see this, like a guy just jack off like he's on his own, but we want to see how this whole process works. We were probably like 20, 21,
Okay.
and we told the guys, we gave the option to all 3, but you know,
Only
the
one man accepted.
he was like, okay, I'll do it. And then, but he kept like asking for help. And we're like, no, we don't want
But
to
wait,
help.
so did he do this like in the back of a car?
No, he was in the front seat, passenger
front
side.
seat of a car, passenger side. Okay.
And we just sat there and tried to watch him
Yeah.
and watch him.
Did you guys were you guys quiet? Were you cheering him
We
on?
were.
Like,
We were quiet.
You're
'cause
getting
we
close,
just,
buddy.
We literally just wanted to watch how a man did it himself when he was by himself.
He might not be doing that too often in the passenger seat of his car. though.
True.
Might have been a little bit of a different
Hindsight is
circumstance.
2020.
So you all were in the back seat?
One of us was in the driver's seat.
You
The
guys
other-
should have.
The other 2 guys like exited the car because they didn't
that's
want to
good.
watch this
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
But me and her were
standing
both
outside in the Detroit cold.
and we were literally like looking over him, and he's just like, and we were like, and he was like, "Come on, y'all, try to help me or something." Like, no, we don't want
That
to
sounds
help.
like a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
what I think now, right?
guys
Like,
are-
damn, no
Stage fright
wonder.
or
And he
something.
never made the $20 either.
You guys should have like let him do it in his childhood bed or something.
We should have let him do it in his comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Childhood baby.
But he won.
where it
He didn't
starts.
need the $20.
He didn't get the 20 because
no,
he
he
didn't
wanted two
finish.
girls.
He had to
He
finish.
He didn't
He
get
probably was
He
good.
didn't get the 20. He didn't come and he didn't get any help.
This
This is a big loss across the board.
That's not a big
But-
loss.
It was bad for him.
That's a
I feel
loss.
bad. I forget his name. I can't remember his name, but it started with a D.
D. It certainly wasn't the man.
Probably dumbass.
But I did. What's crazy is my 2 homeboys who left the car. I remember both of their names. I don't remember
See?
his though.
Nobody remembers the loser.
Nah, I'm telling you.
Second place almost doesn't.
History is written by the victor. I think Hitler said that, but hey.
In
wasn't wrong about
retrospect, though, we eventually saw the other 2 guys' dicks, and that one was the best one out of the 3.
Really? Oh, well.
You know what's funny
Guys just
about
weren't
that?
hanging out with the right people back then.
What's funny about that story is like one of my biggest fantasies is randomly walking in a hotel and like 2 girls be like, "Oh man, we're trying to have this dick
Threesome.
sucking contest and we're trying to see who can suck
It'll
penis
never
the
happen.
best."
I promise.
You know what I'm saying?
I know
And
what
that's
you're
kind of
saying.
a. Okay. And they use me as a. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a
And
similar
they use you
situation.
as the
But
muse.
these darn hotels have the restricted floor policies and
Yes.
everything. You can't go where you need to go.
Do not come up on my
Right.
floor with that
Probably gonna
bullshit.
stay on the basement.
You gotta have
Yes.
the right, you gotta have the right key.
Immediately basement.
That literally is like a 70s porn script.
Yes. we should make a new porn
Does this
video.
hotel charge by the hour?
Yes, short stay.
It won't take an hour.
I never knew what a short stay was until I had a whole friend. Did you know they have short stays at hotels?
No,
You
I
can
never
have-
heard of that.
You can like rent a hotel for like 3 hours to go do your
No.
business. 4 hours to go do your business. They have that in
It
Detroit.
will save some time and money.
No,
And they can re-rent the room within
Yeah.
the same 24-hour period, maybe 3 or 4
I
times.
promise they're not cleaning in between, but yes, yep.
That's fine. That's
That's fine.
always got somewhere to take you.
Bubba doesn't clean his place. He's not worried about hotel.
Large
Clean
clean
my place every
room.
once in a while.
So much for Bubba's fantasy, right?
Yeah, that's
Did we
never
just go
happening,
there?
Bubba. By the way,
Trust me.
wanted to.
Trust me.
Keep open
you
line.
better go
Your
to
comments had no impact on his fantasy.
you better go to Thailand.
That thing pops off tomorrow. He's ready.
Tell us where and when. We want to come and watch too.
Oh, you want to watch? Maybe
Yes.
I'll take video and post it online,
I'm a voyeur.
like everybody else is doing.
That part.
We had one more.
Can you ladies slap Bubba around when he's finished?
No, I don't want to participate. I just want to watch.
Well,
I'm a
after the
voyeur.
fact, yeah.
You're a big watcher.
I am.
Is that your big thing?
Yes, I like watching.
Okay. What's the coolest thing you've watched?
A 4-way train.
For 3
Like-
guys, 1 girl?
No. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 people all fucking each other. at the
That's
same
not a
time.
train. Me and Pink have talked about this on the show because
Man.
people don't know the differences. In
They
the,
haven't
in the,
stopped.
The,
I
the,
thought the
the
train was
explanations.
back to back. Like there's no.
No.
there's
This is like
one
continuous
guy
caboose.
after the next is
And,
a train.
and what's this? Okay, go ahead. Say what you think is a train.
So from what I understand, it's a female,
Okay.
and then there, if there's like 4 guys, they go back to
Turns.
back. They take turns
That's
going
a train.
back to
Yeah,
back.
that's a train.
running-
And you
yeah.
can reverse it. It could be a man and then
And 3 women.
yeah,
That's a train too.
Yeah, it's a train.
Oh, so the lady can run a train.
Three
The lady
three women can run a train on a
On
man.
a
See,
Yes.
now you have something to aspire to.
There you go.
No thanks.
Everybody has their things.
Cause
That's
what
your
number
thing.
you
That's
gonna
okay.
go? If I'm not first, I don't want to be a part of it.
It's not for you. It could be for her.
It doesn't have to
She
be
don't either.
your
Trust
story,
me.
not her story. You know?
That's not
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
I'm the first baby
don't
mama.
have to.
No. I don't want to be. I don't want to be the second anything.
And then what you're describing, what
one
is
queen
yours?
to a castle.
So there were like 4
One
people
queen
who
to a
like
Yeah.
there were like 4 people who were like all together.
That is called a help me out,
Caboose?
Pink. No,
Oh,
a group sex thing is called
Yeah.
An
orgy.
a orgy. That's an
okay,
orgy.
yeah.
That you
Then
witness.
that then and it was in public in broad daylight.
Really? Like outside?
Mm,
Well, where are we talking?
Secrets.
Oh,
That's a swing
okay.
club, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Y'all want to go? It's like literally around
No,
the
when
corner
you say
from our
in
house.
public, I'm thinking like Lake Eola or something.
right.
Yeah, that's
right,
not
right.
like a park.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
parking
so
garage.
when I lived in Oregon, there was this thing that you could go to. Like Oregon has the most sex toy stores per capita, and you could go in. Pretty much every sex toy store has like a back room where you could go like view the tapes that you just bought or use the toys that you just bought, and you could like
Really?
use them in either a public or private setting. And sometimes a private setting it's a private room, but it has a bunch of windows that the public people could watch you using these
And
toys
then what's the public
and
setting?
watching
then?
this video. So the public setting would be like a room like this where somebody might be, fucking right there, and you could be the
So it's
one.
really
fuck-
like a adult toy store / swing club.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it sounds
And
like.
if you bought something from the store, it was like no cost to use these rooms.
Okay.
Or if you wanted to just go in and like use this room, it would be like a cost, maybe like you'd have to like feed the machine $1 per like 5 minutes or something like that.
$1 for 5 minutes.
I don't know, whatever the cost was to like.
They should just flat fee that for like an hour. Or
They
something
would
like
do that probably too.
It just seems so. Wait, 5 minutes have elapsed. I have to put another.
Don't
$1 in
ask
the
me
machine.
how I know
wonder
any
how
of these
COVID
things.
has affected that.
I bet.
Has it
Right?
has it
Yeah,
taken
like,
the prices up
Can
or
we
what?
not mention COVID at all?
Right.
It takes me to a dark
I
place.
haven't been back to
Flashbacks
Portland or
and all
used
that.
these rooms, but shout out to my ex-husband who exposed them to me. I bet you've used them a lot lately.
Lately.
Okay.
We have one more.
He stalks me online.
We have one more video to go through. Hold on here. All right, let me play
Let's
it. real
do
quick.
it.
Where you at? 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 Oh no.
Come on, you can do it.
Oh, here it goes.
911 calls for help flood into dispatch around midnight.
Things escalated so quickly.
For the first time, Travis Rudolph talks about the night he says 4 men showed up at his front door.
I just heard a loud bang, as if like the police was at the door.
In exclusive video, we can now see everything playing out on security cameras.
This all happened within seconds, so my brother was the first one to get to the door, so I was worried about his safety as well.
Where Travis at? Travis at?
According to court records, Rudolph and his then girlfriend, Dominique Jones, got into a fight earlier that night.
Open this door, bro, because this got me. Dominique, stop.
Who are you calling a bruh?
Afterwards, she texted her brother, Keyshawn Jones. Evidence shows they both made threats towards Rudolph.
As soon as I came outside, literally, Tyler, he sucker punched me to my left eye. It was Tyler and Sebastian. It was kind of trying to corner me in. And Tyler, he had pulled out his firearm. And during that time, Tyler pulled out his firearm. Sebastian was like, you mess with the wrong girl, you're gonna die tonight. And then that's when I went back inside and grabbed my firearm.
The fight spilling out into the street. The video shows Rudolph then running off his property with an AR-15.
I had to do what I had to do, you know what I'm saying, to protect me and my family. My brother was on the ground getting jumped by 2 of those guys, getting kicked. So that's the reason why I went down the street. While they're all in their car, I see 2 firearms pointing at me and my brother. And I couldn't believe it. It's just a split decision where I just felt like it's either me and my brother or these guys that's, you know what I'm saying, gonna get hurt.
Rudolph firing 39 rounds, the 4 men speeding off.
I know people at home are gonna question, okay, he has an AR-15 and he fired.
Just remember something about Rudolph. When he was at FSU, he went viral because they had a group of players that went to some local elementary school, and there was a kid that was not popular, may have had a learning disability of some sort, that was eating lunch alone. And he went over and had lunch with the kid. A picture was taken, and it posted viral. And I remember at FSU, he had a reputation for being a good guy. I was enhanced by that. But yeah, I just remember that as the video clip was playing.
Yeah, so he's currently on trial. Right now.
Literally
for murder.
About
right
this?
now.
Because
Yeah.
he did kill somebody?
Yes.
In which state did that take place in?
Florida.
In Florida. Okay.
I feel like that was an easy stand your ground
situation, right?
Well, I was gonna say I'm an anti-gun, anti-Second Amendment person, but if you look at this situation, and one of my big critiques is how frequently does somebody effectively use a weapon to protect themselves,
right?
Versus
Not
how many
very
times,
often.
versus how many times does maybe a weapon, get used carelessly and harm somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Does it
This
matter the
is
type of weapon?
Well, that's another part of this, but this literally is a textbook example of effectively using a firearm for your safety.
Mm-hmm.
The NRA and all these other ass clowns should be building a statue.
Where's the NRA right now? They don't come to black violent crimes or black.
Exactly.
I wouldn't say even black violence. They don't come to black justifiable use of weapon.
Exactly.
Trials.
They're not.
And as they
outside
should.
The courthouse.
That's why you can't take the NRA serious because they only come.
Believe me, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I think they should be. I think their weapons should be turned on them.
Yeah, but they don't. They're not taking him serious. But this looks like. I mean, this is my honest first time. Virgin eyes looking at this video or even knowing about the situation. But
notice how she had to specify eyes.
I'm just saying. Just from what I've seen. This looks like a very clear use of self-defense.
No, that was my take on it.
I don't understand why he's on trial or why anybody would even think about pressing charges on him.
I agree. If you are a stand your ground person, this is a classic example of it.
And I'm not necessarily a stand your ground person, but Florida is a stand your ground state.
Yeah, well, I really don't care what the law is here.
I think. Well, some of it is he fired an alarming amount of rounds.
38,
39,
and
39,
and who knows if he, if at that time he had those firearms legally, maybe
all
not.
All 4 of y'all could go.
Huh?
Well, all 4 of y'all could go.
No, but yeah, right. I know, right?
Y'all mama gonna have something to do next week.
But I'm just saying,
well, the other thing they did not mention in that clip was the vehicle returning fire.
Right.
Because he said they were outside fighting. They were fighting him.
No, but he said when those guys got to the car, they pointed 2 weapons at him and his brother.
Right.
And
now but even pointing a weapon at me is an aggressive act.
No, I completely agree with that. But one of the critiques I'm sure is going to come into trial. You fired 39 shots.
Yes.
Now 39 shots is a lot different if shots are being returned.
Ain't that what the police do though?
Don't get on me with the police. I think they should be disbanded. I'm not. This is not my lane.
Yeah.
None of these people should have weapons.
But don't,
personally.
what I'm saying, don't
but
the
accepting
police
the
keep firing into the subject?
Exactly. No, I get it.
So it's not a different. I don't see it as something different.
What? There has to be a reason why this made it to trial, right? Because they have to.
Right. There has to be some mitigating
factors.
Right,
and we don't have the notes
details,
on the details on why, but those are some of the reasons as to why they could think they have a chance, you know, because maybe they weren't firing back. Maybe he's telling us that he saw them holding guns out, but really the only thing that really happened that the camera shows is that the guys were jumping his brother, fighting, not shooting.
Even if you were fighting my brother, I'm going to start shooting at you till you stop. Stop fighting my brother.
That could be an issue because that's not how
the laws
you can't do that.
I think it just kind of goes down to the power of choices. Man, there was so many opportunities for that to not go to that extent.
100%.
Well, first it starts with the girl.
It does.
It starts with the girl.
But then, it starts with the girl and the gentleman as well, right? So she initially hit him first. You see him, or we don't know if it was the first. We just know she's the first one on camera hitting him.
Right.
So she would be seen as the aggressor. But yeah, I mean, there was so many things that could have gone.
She texted her brothers.
There's a lot of evidence. She's the first one hitting on the camera. She flees the property and summons her brother, who then returns to the property. I mean, there's nothing good going on that side for me. Nothing at all.
He shouldn't be on trial, though.
No, I agree with you. I agree. I agree. This should be dismissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it doesn't destroy his career. Is he still young enough to play?
If you're on the jury, you can hear this.
He's done because the reality is he was on the fringe of the NFL at this time.
Anyhow,
this happened 2 years ago. So
Michael
he's
Vick made a
been
comeback.
in limbo. He ain't Michael Vick. That's my point. If he was,
he might get. Don't go to prison, friend.
No. I'm just saying his NFL prospects, even without this, were marginal.
Yeah.
So
maybe
you take 2 years without being on a roster and all that. Yeah.
Maybe.
But also look at it like any. Sad to say, any black man who's in any position to win, they're gonna find a way to not help you win.
Yeah. Unless the laws are just all on his side, which it does seem like it.
Sometimes that's not enough.
I know, right? Now, you wanted to quickly mention something about this, right? About Derrick.
I did?
No.
Oh.
Shawnee.
Oh, shoot.
About Derrick Jaxn.
Woo, child.
What's going on there?
Yo, did y'all see this? Derrick Jaxn wife came out. First of all, she's prepping for a comeback, but she basically said that Derrick Jaxn had her watching videos of other women that he was having sex with to help him learn how to please her while he was online trying to teach women not to date men who are like him. If you don't go all the way to hell,
no stops.
Immediately basement. Right. What the heck? Danae Jackson, ma'am. I hope she's heavily in therapy.
This is like the person who's strongly anti-gay, who's going on gay websites.
Yes.
And prowling for dudes. This is you're trying to preach the exact opposite.
We should have knew something when they did that PSA when she looked like Mushmouth with the Scully on.
Should have knew something was going on at that point.
Ma'am, I don't know how you could where was your self-esteem that you allowed this man to show you video? What women were you having sex with that you were filming to show your wife later?
Does it help at all if it was women from the past?
No, I don't think it was from the past. She said it was 100 women.
I'm asking you, does it make it better?
If it was women that he had been with before the relationship ever started, is that
because I've thought about doing that.
Had you?
Myself.
Really?
I have.
I'm stunned.
Wait, doing what?
I got a couple of videos in my phone, and I've been in relationships with a couple of women where it was really bad. and I wanted to show them that video so maybe they could improve.
To inspire them to do better.
Okay, but I think she was saying
this is for educational purposes only.
Right.
I didn't do it because, of course, it wouldn't bode well. But I really
so
wanted
deep
to.
down, you know the answer to your question.
Right.
So you don't know how to describe what you want.
I mean, I guess
you have to create a visual.
Some people are visual.
I think there are some women who just want to be so extra pleasing to a man or want it that they will they have no floors. They have no bottom. They don't know.
Should we have floors?
Yes. Because that's degrading.
You
You are watching your husband with other women, and your husband is trying to teach you how to please him by showing you with women that
he's like flipped the whole.
Is dealing with.
He's flipped the whole scenario.
And she was obviously
using his cheating, and he's flipping it around that I'm doing this to help you.
Yeah,
my
I'm trying to show you what I like.
We know that's
crazy.
wrong. I want to skip past that because that's idiotic. It's crazy. I want to go into the premise that the women, those are way before the relationship.
No. She said 100 women since they've been together.
I said, let's throw that out.
So let's just stick with Bubba's hypothetical.
Right.
Okay.
That all this happened before the relationship.
Yes.
Paint
So
the picture, Bubba.
I don't want to know anything about your sex life prior to me.
You really don't?
Really?
Not really.
Really?
I'll be curious.
I find that disturbing, but hey.
Why? We can build our own sex life.
Yeah, but you kind of to understand where somebody comes from and where they're at. I think that's
nobody matters prior to me.
but
I don't. Who are they?
Those other people may not matter, but the journey of your partner may.
No.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the only part of your journey that matters. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to know what you're into. I want to know what you like.
How the hell you think you got into something?
I don't need to see a visual of you with someone else.
I'm not saying what Bubba's saying to the video, but I mean to understand what somebody's been into and whatever.
Yeah, tell me. Let's talk about it.
It would be nice to know if you're been on 10 or 11 trains.
I think the only instance where I might care
if you're
about
a platinum
what
conductor's award.
Nice to know.
That's true. I think the only instance where I might care about what your past was, like you can show me the girl who gave you like the best head. I'll take a couple notes because I don't absolutely love giving
now we're
head.
getting somewhere.
But we've talked about this. I don't.
We're getting somewhere.
I literally I don't think I've ever seen you more satisfied when you leaned back right then. That was the height of contentment.
I love pushing the culture forward on this show. I would take pride in it.
Yeah, man.
Only because I don't love giving head that much.
Right. I don't have to show you thousands of videos. Let me just show you.
You can show me the girl who gave you the best one.
There you go.
But seeing the girl, you mean the video of the girl doing it, or seeing the person?
I don't necessarily want to or need to see that either. Like, you can tell me about it, but a visual, I'm a visual learner, so.
Cha-ching.
I'm hearing that you would oppose to that.
To oppose to
seeing
the video.
Yeah, video.
Yeah, no, I enjoy the journey.
Okay.
You want
to learn on your own?
Yeah, I want to learn on my own. Yeah, I want to see what happens when I do this.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do? What happens? Yeah.
So you don't want the answer to the test.
So you don't want him to tell you. So you don't want him to give you any instructions.
Nope.
I'll take that.
She'll
take that D.
So you don't want him to. You don't want him to like tell you what he likes. You want to find out.
If I want it, I'll take it.
So you don't want him to tell you what he likes. You want him to find out.
Yeah, I want to find out what he likes. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And not necessarily in comparison
to... You prefer
the
blank canvas.
Not necessarily a blank canvas.
Well, what you want on the canvas then?
But I want to be So what do you mean when you say blank canvas? Like a person with no experience or what?
No, not necessarily no experience, but like
you know nothing.
You know nothing about the other person you learned together.
Yes.
So what about with you? Do you like? I don't know about you, but I feel like I've had men who be like, tell me what you like. Tell me how you want it. Tell me how you want me to fuck you. Tell me how what you want. Do you verbalize those things?
No, because I want him to pay attention to my body.
Body cues, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I don't want to tell you.
And I'm okay with saying, if this is not working, then I'm gonna move my body position to a place that.
So I'm gonna help you learn and navigate where I
don't
want to
feel like I'm like instructing you.
Yes, I don't want to be a teacher.
No.
if you can't feel the vibes and understand where my body is taking you, you are not reading the room, and I need you to get up and walk away. Please.
And I'm okay with taking the lead if you're not.
I don't even want to do that.
I will.
I like leaders.
Yeah.
You like leaders?
I like leaders.
Oh.
I like
Bubba's a sheep, if you forgot.
So you want to be instructed? Do you? Want,
I didn't say all that. I
do you
said I
ever
like.
ask a girl?
I took some lessons.
I like leaders. Huh?
Do you ask a girl like, "What do you want? How do you want it?"
No, I don't ask that.
So you try to pay attention to body cues.
Yeah, but just yes.
What about you, Pink?
I just sort of do what I do and hope it works.
That's really what I do.
He's a man of faith.
Really, that's what I do.
Walk by faith, not by sight.
And I'm an atheist.
And he's an atheist, yeah.
I have a particular set of skills.
You have
right.
faith.
What I do know is that I have a set of skills.
I have a particular set of skills. I have a set game plan.
Okay, Liam
and I
Neeson.
use it.
Yes.
And like you said,
I'm taking you down or taking you out, one or the other. I don't really care which one.
I think not all, but
Bubba's the Liam Neeson of casual sex.
Oh shit!
No,
I'm not gonna say I've heard.
There's a good
read your
number.
resume.
There's a good number of guys that have a set list of positions that they're
1, 2, 3. Elevator 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna start here. We're
Floor
gonna
1,
finish
2, 3,
there.
and
Didn't
4.
do that.
Got off here. It didn't work. Came back down to 2.
That's it.
Had to come up to the penthouse. I'm with it.
So which
out
floor
all the
does the
stops.
elevator go to?
We're listening.
Depends on how high he is.
She was asking for
Is that how high the building is?
Depends
it could be your
depends on how far you need her. How far she goes. Do you feel like you like aggress more sexually the more like pliable she seems? Like the more she seems like she might be willing to do, you'll be willing to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cause like if she just like, oh, I'm trying to get nasty, you'll get nasty right with
For
her.
sure.
I think you have to.
Do you think you have
You
like
have
a
to
better?
Do you
But
think,
I do have parameters. I mean, I have.
what's your hard no? Give me one hard no.
Nothing's going in my ass, and I've had that.
I'm talking about towards
I've had
her.
that done. Huh? I've not done, but I've had that ass.
Okay, tell us.
So this whole 2023 thing, guys are talking about ladies eating.
Yeah.
Right. So is that a hard no? Is that what you're talking about as well?
That's a hard no. I've
No,
had
no,
that. I've had
ask
somebody
me.
go
Appreciate
behind
that.
there
Oh,
and
gosh, I can
initiate
appreciate that.
You said you done what?
I can appreciate that. I'm not
You
with the.
won't let a woman eat your ass?
No.
So I like you a lot more now, Bubba, because I don't want to eat any grown man's ass.
Right.
How about a child?
Pink, you were my favorite until you just said
It's always somebody who gotta go to just one step too far. It was him. He went a little too far the last time. I can't remember what you said, but I remember looking at you the same way, like what?
What, Pink?
It was low hanging fruit.
I don't want to eat anybody's ass. I don't want to eat anything.
Yeah, you really don't even want to give head. I don't know how you survive it.
I don't
know how you survive it.
Stop saying that.
You've definitely displayed a lack of enthusiasm for it.
Yeah, I do have a lack of enthusiasm for it, especially like what I would call casual head. I don't give casual head.
But where does the resistance
Formal
come
head
from,
only?
though? Formal head?
You know what it is? It's that every time I've like really been extremely enthusiastic about giving head, it'd be like they become extremely enthusiastic about me giving head. Like I had
think
a
that's the most
boyfriend-
vulnerable position that a man
I
can
had a
be
boyfriend
in, right?
who literally, as soon as I finally, like, it was like the third time. I really did a bad job on purpose the first 2 times. And the third time I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go all out. And then after that, he just could not get enough. And I'm just like, come on. Every time you want head? I don't even want head every time. Let's make it a fun thing every now and then.
That's the thing. My story don't have to be
I
your
want to
story.
be. I want to be
You
bad.
don't want it every time. That was the most fun relationship.
Is
I
it
was
your
in.
birthday?
When a girl
Is it
wanted to give
Christmas?
head a lot, but she didn't like head, which I don't mind giving it, of course.
She
but
didn't like receiving
that was
it?
that was like a.
Was it just you were bad at it?
No, she doesn't like.
Yes, that's what it was.
usually the question that comes to
Nah,
mind.
she doesn't. She doesn't like it. She still don't. Not that I would know.
Yeah.
Still-
You gotta talk to some other boyfriend she
Yeah,
had.
texted her earlier today.
I'm just not
Were
big
you a
on head
quitter?
either way.
You
Can we
gave up.
revisit your feelings on that?
Right.
I like head. I like giving it when I feel like it. I just don't feel like it's a
that doesn't
necessity
cut the
all the
cake.
time.
Yeah.
If it's not your birthday or Christmas,
Oh wow.
That is just relationship
Or
cancer right there.
if I'm not, I need that right degree of fucking in my system. You gotta entice me. I just can't be giving head because you like it all the time. I know you like it. Duh. I'm a Scorpio.
Best wishes and good luck on your journey.
I'm good at it.
Here's where our paths diverge.
If I didn't know I was good at it, I would.
Good luck on the road not
I
taken.
wouldn't be reserved about giving it. I just can't be giving head to everybody. I feel like head is overrated these days.
No, eating ass is overrated.
Ugh, I don't
That
even
is
cross over
definitely-
into that
yeah.
realm. You can miss me with that. I'd have to
Right.
literally lose a bet for a lot of money, and I'd probably pay the money first.
I was gonna say if it's a bet for money,
Yeah, I'd pay it
you can
first.
always pay your way out.
Yeah.
But do y'all like y'all's 8?
No, I can pass on it.
I can pass on it too.
I can pass on it.
It's. I mean,
You
if
can
you do,
pass, but you'll it's okay.
if you
Yeah,
do
it's
it,
okay. I wouldn't stop them.
yeah, I'll let you. If that's what you are enticed to do,
Right.
but I would never request it.
But if he requests it, it's a hell no.
If a man requests me to eat his ass, I
Yo,
would
man.
probably look at
Not
him.
not casual, not a
Your
casual
man.
guy.
Like if it's
Not
my
a- Not a
husband,
casual guy. Yo, man. However you take that. However you interpret
it's-
that.
if it's my husband, I would probably have to consider it, because I want to please my husband, and I want to be pleased by him, and I want him to feel pleased by me. That's my job. I'm his wife.
That's your answer.
I can get with that.
It would not be
Yeah.
my forte or my first desire, but if it was my,
And if he likes it more than head.
oh God, help us.
If he likes it more than head. I would be a little concerned if he
Me
likes that
too.
more than head. Like, come on. dude,
I would
like,
be in my,
really?
I would be in
Like,
in therapy,
I mean,
talking to my
Did
therapist
you watch
about.
The Little Mermaid as a kid?
I'd be like, did you?
That's the callback, man.
I'd be like, did you
Comedian
enema?
Pink is the king of callbacks.
I'd be like, did you enema tonight? You really want me to do this tonight? Is it Christmas? It's not your birthday.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
man. We've reached the end of the show. Can you tell the people where to find you guys?
Yes, you can find us on Instagram at Elevator Floors. You can find us both on Facebook. I am Shawnee D. This is
Pam with the hips.
on Instagram. I'm Shawnee_DDD on Instagram. You can also find us on TikTok, Elevator Floors, and we are coming to a site near you on YouTube, also at Elevator Floors.
Yes, look out for us for events throughout the city of Orlando. We're definitely excited to bring some amazing things to the city. So please stay tuned, guys. We look forward to seeing you out in the city and about, as well as live on Instagram, TikTok.
We'll be hosting a brunch on June 10th at downtown Lake Eola with Jaxn Show. Look out for that. We'll have that in our plugs as well.
How often do you guys do a show?
We try to do at least once a week.
Once a week.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys just had a speed dating thing, right?
Yes, we love that.
It came out okay?
Yes, but black men need to sign up for stuff like that. Y'all be like,
So how do you guys pull that off in like a single show? Was it was a speed date show?
So it's
like
not
an
necessarily
event.
a show.
It was
It's like
an
an event that you sign up for.
Oh, okay.
So the speed dating was not ours. It belongs to the curator of the event is our friend Tree Jenkins. She does speed dating
on
and what they
Instagram as
call
well.
lock and key.
Right.
She puts these on all over Orlando. We just happened to, be allowed to help host and, promote that event. And we had a great time. It was really fun. I don't know why singles, especially cheap men who don't like to, spend money on dates, I don't know why they don't sign up for that. You get to meet upwards of 50 women for $25. Nurse one
50?
drink. Yes.
Yes.
How long are these dates?
No, it's speed dating.
Like
so
2 minutes, a minute.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like a
minute or 2
you get
minutes.
like a 3-minute interaction. You also
Okay.
have some group interactions, and then at the end you get to have like open interactions. But my point is, you can meet 50 singles in your area who all are looking for what you're looking for
Maybe.
one low price
One
of
flat fee.
of registration.
Right.
And why would you not, give yourself that opportunity, especially if you are one of those men who are like scared of being a simp. And, and paying for dates that she might not be interested in. Go to a speed dating or lock and key event.
Okay.
Pay your little registration fee. Nurse one drink.
No, 50 shocked me. I thought it would be like 8 or 10 people over like
I mean,
an hour.
they
I
cut it off at a certain number.
Yeah, okay.
But I think events like this should definitely grow because
Yeah.
a lot of us talk about how much we want to be in relationships.
Yeah.
These are easy ways to find them.
I think only women talk about.
No, men do too.
I think
about-
you don't talk about
Yeah.
it.
No, we talk about
Tell
the
us how
stuff that
you
matters,
feel.
like
Ass eating.
right. He said, look,
enjoying life.
No.
Every time this comes up, I think about that story with the older lady that just walked up to you at the club that time.
Oh yeah. You eat ass, don't you?
No, she saw them pretty pearly whites.
That was her opening
She was
line.
like, you must have been washing them teeth on something abrasive.
I'll tell you what. Here we have reached the end of the show. On the Bitch Podcast, Above and Pink. We'll catch you guys next week.
Hey, bye.
This is very